Hi, everybody. Oh boy. 99-kilometer-an-hour winds being estimated by radar right now, tracking into the Edmonton area. A lot of people thought this storm was going to go to the northeast, but it turns out it is going directly into Edmonton. Big chunky hail core going in there as well, too. Yeah, so there's that. So we're going to have to track this accordingly. I hope everybody's staying safe. All right. I hope everybody's staying safe with this. We've got tons of reports coming in. We got flooding, heavy rain, damaging winds coming in from folks in the west. And you can see this is the spot that's concerning me the most. There is actually some weak embedded. Whoa, my good God. If you're in Edmonton, you need to take shelter immediately. This just ramped up so strong, 109-kilometer-an-hour wind gusts in here. And there's a bit of rotation, actually, right there. I am going a polygon right now. Good Lord. That just got so much stronger as it went right into town here, right into Edmonton. This got really, really strong. Significant damaging winds and some minor rotation there as well, too, which I'm a bit concerned with. Yeah, I'm going significant damaging wind gusts tracking through Edmonton with minor rotation embedded in this storm as well. An isolated tornado cannot be ruled out with the storm. And significant damaging wind gusts will likely cause damage. Please be safe in its path. And that's at 9:44. Significant damaging winds and minor rotation. And that's going to be red, and that's going to be sent right now for the next hour to 6,500 people on the on the central and east side of Edmonton right now. The winds came in from the west side here, but this just really ramped up. I mean, it jumped up. There was like one little pocket of 99, and now there is 109 kilometers an hour, 105, 103. This is a dangerous situation for those who are outside. Definitely be inside with this. This is a substantial storm. I really, really hope everybody's going to stay safe with this one because this just ramped. Now, in addition to these extremely strong winds that are moving into Edmonton right now or through Edmonton, there's my polygon right there. You can see it blinking. Let me know in the comments if you've got the notification if you're in the Edmonton area. Wow, that picked up so much, and I really don't like what I'm seeing here. Let me see what that looks like on tilt 2. Okay, just a little bit of low-level minor rotation right there. Mainly a significant wind risk with this one, although there kind of has been that little pocket right there. And then it got to this little pocket right here, except that's separated from the main core of the storm, but not entirely. And then that little pocket right there, and you see this dropout of data. I don't like the look of that, but mainly a damaging wind risk, but an isolated tornado cannot be ruled out with that little pocket right there. That is crazy. Got it right away, says Jennifer. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Let me know if you got the notification if you're in the Edmonton area. I'd appreciate it. Edmonton traffic cams has some wild winds, says SMS. Yeah, we got tons of reports here. Let me just go jump into the reports for a second. And jump over to the gallery here. This is that's from Edmonton right now. I don't know which side of Edmonton this is on. I guess we can actually see from Jeffrey M. Thank you for the report. Appreciate it. That lightning is ridiculous. It's just like nonstop. Isolated flooding risk as well, too, with this one, of course. And that was from 9:44 44. Yeah. And so let's, this says damaging winds here. Let's take a look at this from Morinville. Oh, that's pretty windy. And that's from Brandon. Thank you very much. From Morinville. Holy. And there's going to be some hail, potentially some big time hail in behind that, which is a problem as well. Let's see what this says. Whoa. Whoa. Now that is getting pretty nasty. That is 943. So I guess it depends on like which side, which, you know, we can see exactly where these, so view on the map. Okay. So that person, that's what everybody got earlier. And now that's what's going through the core of Edmonton right now. So damaging winds certainly possible. And it really ramped up. If you go from the previous radar frame, like you look at it here, it's like, okay, it's pretty windy. You know, maybe there's a couple of pockets of strong wind gusts here, like an 87, you know, an 87 here. It's starting to ramp up. And then you're like, oh boy. And that's actually what, remember, that's actually went right through this person's video, like right here. Kenora, that was in Glenwood where that video was taken from. And that really strong pocket of 99. And then look at the next frame. Oh my goodness. 105, 101, 109 kilometers an hour. That is a problem. Ashley, if you don't get the notifications and you have our free app, Instant Weather, then you might want to, you might want to delete the app and then reinstall it. Make sure you hit allow notifications on that initial install, and then that should probably be okay for you. Whew. Wow. Oh my goodness. Is this coming towards Saskatchewan? Fort Sask or Saskatchewan? Yeah, I don't like the look of this. Now, that just updated, and the strongest winds are up by Industrial Heights right now, North Edmonton, 111 kilometers an hour, 107, 105 in this pocket. And it's just in this strongest pocket here. 103 over here, 99. That is pretty intense, folks. That is pretty intense. This whole pocket here could certainly see some damaging winds. And right when I went through the city, like that's when it was the strongest. And you saw that video. I mean, look at this video. Like, this was... Those winds coming through. You see them by the car. You can see, like, the light illuminating these sheets of rain and wind. Oh, boy. Thank you for that video. We appreciate it. I hope everybody's all right. Flooding risk is certainly a problem as well. Concrete jungles, they just don't like precipitation. You know, there's nowhere to put it. So I really don't like that frame. And again, there's just a little hint of minor rotation, which there's just a couple of little pockets. See, when you have like these big lines of storms, sometimes you get these little tiny little eddies, these little spin ups. And a good example of that would be earlier this season. By the way, power outage right here. And I don't know if you know this or not, but on our free app, you can report a power outage. And then that really gives us a good idea of how strong these storms are. Because if you're seeing a power outage right as the storm goes through, right where the strongest winds are, then you're pretty confident this thing is doing damage, right? Like literally the strongest part of the storm goes directly past this report of a power outage. Elmwood. Want to say Elmville? What the heck's happening in my brain here? Elmwood Park is the main area there. That's a problem. Am I really quiet or something? Is that just me? Was I quiet there? It might have been my microphone again. The connection on it's giving me a hard time. Elmwood Park. If you're in the Elmwood Park area, let me know. For about 5 minutes in Southeast Edmonton, it was wild. Thank you, Michael. Appreciate it. Thank you, everybody, for joining us on the stream. Looks like we had some reports sent into Alberta Storm Reports as well, too. I was like in a rush. I just got home. I was in a rush to... I was like, I've got to stream. I was in a rush to grab some water, and I'm like, I'll just grab this water, which is... I filled it up earlier. It was like my kid's water bottle from when he was younger. So I'm drinking out of a sippy straw. I do have a Montpellier pop thing, but I didn't want to crack that open, so I'll just sip through a straw. That's fine. Rain is blowing sideways in Clairview. Yeah. The strongest stuff we're seeing right now is up here near Yellowhead Corridor, Industrial Heights, Kennedale. Is it Kennedale? Kennedale Industrial. This is going to be heading up towards, did they say? Where did they say? Oh, Clairview. Oh, yeah. So this is heading right up towards Clairview right now. And you see how fast this is going. This thing is flying. This thing is moving. It is moving. I'm going to have to do a new polygon already. I didn't realize this thing was going so fast. What kind of motion we got on these things? 89 kilometers an hour. This thing is cooking. Like, it's moving forward at 90 kilometers an hour. Okay. Like, it's going to be here on the next radar frame. Like, it's going to jump all the way. So it's going to go right through, like they said, Clairview. It's going right through Clairview right now. I mean, people, and in these situations, people are like, should I get in my basement? I'm like, I don't know, like 110 kilometer an hour wind gusts estimated on radar. Like, who knows what's happening at the surface? It could be less than that, but even if it gets close to that, I mean, that could bring down some big trees. So, I wouldn't want to be in the second level. The second floor for winds like that is a no. And then people are like, oh, I gotta wake up the kids. It's like, you gotta wake up the kids what, 3 times a year? You gotta wake them up 3 times a year to take shelter. I don't know. It depends on where you live, but for the most part, in the worst seasons, maybe you have to get them to the basement, 10 times. But in the most seasons, there's a couple of events. And I don't know. To me, it's to me, teaching them that's not a big deal is a good thing, right? It's to show your kids, hey, you know what? You got to wake up. We got to go to the basement. There's a big bad storm outside. We don't want to be sitting in your room when trees are falling, upstairs. You know what I mean? Just to make that not a big deal. Don't make it a big panic situation. Don't make it a big stressful situation. But just to be this is just how it is. We get some pretty bad storms here. You got to come downstairs for a bit. Extra screen time. Hooray. And then when it's over, go back to bed. I don't know. That's just how I am. Everybody's got different techniques and how they parent and stuff. But I just think if you just normalize it, then it's a reasonable thing. We got to go to the basement a few times a year. No big deal. Sorry you have to wake up. I realize you're grumpy. And you know what? To me, when I wake up my son, and you have to move him somewhere. He's just in zombie mode. He doesn't even know what's going on. He's just guide him to where he goes. And then eventually he's like, what am I doing down here? And you're like, well, there's a pretty bad storm outside. We should probably be in the basement. For safety reasons, Safety is a good thing. Being proactive with safety, I think, is a good thing. Right? Reacting to a dangerous situation is, to me, that's way worse. That is way worse. Whoa, okay, we just got a radar update, and look at that. It's already on the very edge. Sherwood Park now is getting the strongest winds on radar here. That's really picked up. And yeah, I didn't like the look of that too. That little pocket of rotation down here that was by Rideau Park, Maple Ridge area. That was interesting to me as well. That just popped out of nowhere. That's how fast these things go. So earlier this year, a tornado went through Winnipeg. We said stuff we saw little pockets of minor rotation like this. We said minor rotation detected, and an EF1 tornado just tore right through town. There's only a severe thunderstorm warning. This severe thunderstorm warning did get upgraded to orange, which is obviously a good thing because this storm is ridiculous. An orange severe thunderstorm warning. To me, that's worth not being on the second floor for. I mean, to each their own. Dave says, Hamptons just got hit hard. My tree snapped on my front yard. Jesse says, Fort Sask wind just went crazy, literally out of nowhere. When people say that, I think to myself, do you mean out of nowhere you didn't know it was coming? Or do you mean out of nowhere it went from really calm to really crazy in 2 seconds? Can you clarify that? Because I always think to myself, well, you knew it was coming. There's our friends at Michigan Storm Chasers. It's a little late, isn't it, Adam? Thanks, what I assume is Ryan. Appreciate it, Ryan. But it could be a whole plethora of folks on their team. Oh, thank you so much. Appreciate the support. I missed a few other ones as well, too. I missed Randy. Thank you so much, Randy, for the super chat. I miss another one from Randy. I mean, towards Saskatchewan. I'm in Pearson. I'm wondering if it's coming my way. Yeah, these will eventually head to the east, so they're eventually going to go towards Saskatchewan. How strong will they be when they get there? These are the questions that people wonder. And here we go. Here we go. Look at this. Okay. This is a damaging winds report. Here is a power outage report and strong storms and damaging winds and wind damage they reported. Right down here in Elmwood, remember we were talking about this before, Elmwood Park, they reported wind damage. This thing's moving to the east, and now it weakened over here on the north side of this polygon, but on the south side of this polygon, going into Sherwood Park and going over here towards Whitecroft, 101, 103. Yeah, when you're getting in excess of 90 kilometers an hour, that's when we're talking about trees coming down. So if we're even reaching some of, like, the majority of that close to the surface, then you're getting stuff like this. Damaging winds, thunderstorms. Yeah, so I'm going to obviously have to extend my polygon. It's a polygon time. I also don't like this. What am I seeing here? Ooh, I don't like that. Ooh, I don't like that at all. In fact, I don't like that one bit heading into Fort Sask right now. There's definitely rotation going into Fort Sask at the moment. Like, that to me looks like rotation. I don't like that. I do not like that. Let me just make sure which way it's going. I think that's rotating. Pretty evidently. Let's see what tilt 2 is showing. Oh, yeah, it's there on tilt 2 as well, too. That's a little bit more than a little QLCS rotation, folks. That is a problem. Oh, man, it's ruined this polygon. Yeah, let me try that again. I don't like the look of that at all. I'm going to do... And the storm is flying. So how big do I make this polygon? Oh, boy. Oh, and it's actually... That part of the storm isn't moving. That's the creepiest part. Okay, so rotation, Fort Sask. That might be a little bit more basement time. Rotation detected. I think I'm actually going to go tornado potential on that one, because it's literally spinning in one spot. Tornado potential in the storm located, tracking through Fort Sask. Okay. And I'm going to go red on that one, and I'm going to go 1 hour on that and send it to 800 people. That looks pretty solid. That's looking solid. Yeah, that looks pretty solid to me. Like, look at this. And if we go storm relative velocity, yeah, look at that right here. Okay, so there's my polygon for that. Let me know if you got that notification, and I have to do a new polygon for this whole storm because it's going so fast. Dalton agrees. I agree. I don't need to read. 1 second here. Sorry, folks. It's a polygon time. From here, I think probably to here. I just need to keep this going. I don't want to overlap that. I already did tornado potential on that. I'm not gonna overlap that, but I'm gonna go to about here, and then I'm gonna go up. I don't know what's gonna happen with that area. This storm is flying. I need to make these polygons larger. St. Paul eventually. Vegreville. These storms are cooking. Okay. Yeah, I don't like that. You just literally saw that turn. You saw this turn. You can see the rotation directly in these winds. Watch this. You can see that turn. And it's right on that notch. And right where those damaging winds went through. Right here. Riverbend, Fort Sask, Josephburg. I don't like the look of that. Now, if we go to the next frame, it's still kind of there. It might be turning into more of a straight up downburst. Nonetheless, I've ruined this polygon. Nonetheless, I need to do that to here, and then out. Ruin my polygon. Flying. All right. I want to give folks a decent heads up here. Significant damaging ones detected. I'm just going to delete this whole thing. This storm tracking through Edmonton very quickly to the east has had reports of wind damage and radar estimated winds as high as 110 kilometers an hour. There has been some minor pockets of rotation embedded in this storm as well. So an isolated tornado cannot be ruled out. Additionally, we noticed stronger rotation towards Fort Sask, but and we're continuing to monitor that tornado potential closely. All right. Looks good. That's 10:03. It's actually 10:04 by now. And red, 2 hours, send now. Thank you, Julie Heat Lightning, for becoming a new member. Appreciate it. Wait a minute. Wait, Julie Heat Lightning, weren't you from the Michigan stream thing? When we hopped on with our friends over there? Let's see here. Noah says north of Athabasca radar report of 100. Well, it's not really a report. So no, we can't really call it a report, but you can say the radar is estimating. The radar is estimating 141 kilometers an hour. Gust, what? Where was that again? North of Athabasca. Athabasca. What? I don't know. What are you seeing up there? How far north? Oh, that must just be, that's probably just noise. Yeah, there's a lot of noise up there. I'm not seeing those winds up there. Make sure you're not on storm relative velocity, by the way. You want to just be on straight up velocity. Oh, if you're seeing stuff like in here, yeah, 140. Oh, no, that's just noise. No. That's just noise. Yeah, if you look at the storm and it's just like this boring slob of rain. I don't even know if slob is even a word. I've just coined that word now. But if Commonwealth was evacuated where the concert was being held. What concert was it? Whoa. Look at this. This is from Edmonton. Posted to Alberta. Oh my goodness, they had to stop the video because the winds just turned and went straight towards them. Watch. They had to like duck back. It's on a loop. Oh my goodness. Those winds are wild. I would not be surprised if there's trees coming down. Trees can only handle stuff like that for so long. Like in the beginning, they're like, oh, they lean a bit, and then they lean a bit more, and then they're like, okay, there's no, and then it's like that third hit, they just gonna crack, and then they fall down. But yeah, winds like that can only be handled for so long. Thank you for that report. Calivani? I can't pronounce. Sorry. It's Kalaivani. I tried. But yeah, thank you for that video. That is wild. My goodness. I'll pause that there. Oh boy, let's get back to radar here. Our friend radar. Well, can you imagine? Like, it's pretty cool living in the future, though, isn't it? I mean, like, you know, in like 20 years, someone's gonna look back at this video and be like, he had no idea. But it's cool living in the future where we have technology like this, where we can just like peer. We could just like X-ray into a storm and be like, there's some really strong winds at this exact, within this 500, meters square. We can figure out the strength of the winds hundreds of kilometers from a storm, which is pretty cool. So, pretty wild. I really don't like what I'm seeing up here. East of Griesbach, Griesback, or sorry, Bach, Griesbach, towards northeast of Strathcona. Even in the Strathcona area looks really strong. Post Malone and Jelly Roll. Oh wow, it's a big concert. That must have been wild. Yeah, I really didn't like this rotation earlier near Riverbend. And we got some videos from there as well, too. Let's see. Doesn't look good. It looks intense. You see how strong those winds are? They're just flying down. You can just, the rain, so the best part about the rain is that it shows you how strong the winds are. You can visually see these sheets of rain just being thrown down the street. They are flying. Look at the end of that video. Hold on a second. Watch this. Watch the end of the video here on the street. Like, you see they're flying here, and they're getting stronger. But watch when they pan back. Right here. They are flying. That is wild. Thank you for sending that video. Jillian A. Appreciate it. Careful being that close to the window, please. And that was right there. And let's see this one here. Yeah, careful, folks, being this close to the window. When you have real strong winds like this, you don't want, like, glass to blow out. Oh, boy. I hope everybody's all right. My tree broke, I just saw. The tree broke. I'm in Sherwood Park, and wind is crazy. Yeah, it looked crazy. Radar looked insane in Sherwood Park. It looks insane right here right now. I really didn't like that rotation there. Hopefully that weakened, but this pocket is very concerning. And it will be moving to the northeast, eventually towards Sandy Beach and Lamont area, and over towards Chipman and Krakow, Krakow, Krakow. People are saying the clouds are crazy. Is everybody all right? Let me know what's up. I'm trying to get to the bottom of these comments. I can't even get to the bottom. Yeah, that was wild. This is really kind of tightening up here, don't you think? I don't like this tightening up right here. A transformer may have blown in northern Edmonton. That's not good. I don't like this. This concerns me. This right here. This whole area is very dynamic. Storm relative velocity. Storm relative velocity looks not good. So we have an interesting product with Instant Weather Pro here. We have a product called Storm Relative Velocity. And what that does is it removes the motion. So when a storm is flying, actually, this is a very good circumstance to use it. When a storm is flying forward at 60 kilometers an hour, that can kind of, it can make it more difficult to see rotation. And so typically when you look at something like this, you go, oh, that's probably just really strong winds in here. Maybe there's a little pocket. There are a couple little pockets of rotation in there, but it's probably just a strong wind signature. Yeah, no. And then when you flip over to storm relative velocity, it starts to paint a different picture right where this kind of notch is over here near Josephburg. And you start to see this. Now, this is broad. This is some broad rotation. Right? So it's not super, super clear and obvious, but then you have like little things like this that kind of stand out. So, yeah. So that was this is the same pocket of the storm that we did tornado potential on. And typically in a QLCS situation, we don't really go down that route, but we typically stay with minor rotation and maybe rotation detected. But what I saw there with that storm pretty much just spinning around in place. When the whole storm's moving at like 90 kilometers an hour, all of a sudden the very top of it just starts to spin in place. That's not a good sign. In Wild Rose, it isn't as bad as Sandy Beach. Yes, Sandy Beach looks like it's going to be a problem. The Sandy Beach, Lamont area for sure. This looks really strong. Lights have been flickering. I'm just looking through the comments right now. All I see are pixels. Yeah, you have to be able to like see through the matrix. You know, like when Neo eventually realizes he's the one and then he can like see all the numbers. He can actually see the matrix. That's, you stare at these colors long enough and you start to see the matrix. So you can start to see, it's just pattern recognition, right? I mean, that's like, what is intelligence? It's pattern recognition. So, you know, the more you stare at radar and the more you're like, oh, that storm produced a tornado, but this one didn't. But this one produced damaging winds. This one actually just ended up being a flood, even though it looked like a wild signature. It was just a flood. So you just watch and watch and watch and watch and watch. And you get to a point where you're like, oh my goodness. Yeah. You just start to see it and go, oh yeah, that doesn't look good. That reminds me of blah, blah, blah. Right. So Michelle says, hey, please answer. So I'm not saying I'm the one. I'm just saying I am one person who have stared at radar for 15 years. My birthday in 3 days. Pew, pew, pew. That's right. Is there a chance it could come back? Well, yeah, it's an interesting question, Robert. And no. I mean, there's in a strong storm situation, there's always a chance of like another storm coming up the road from the same kind of direction that the last one came up from. But there's very, 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 very rare circumstances where a storm, and it's usually when a storm is moving really slowly. When a storm like in Kansas is barely moving, it can all of a sudden it can just be like, I'm just going to go to the south all of a sudden. And then in very rare circumstances, it can even backtrack a little bit and then move forward. And these storms are going forward at like somewhere between 60 and 90 kilometers an hour. They are not coming back. They are just going that way. They are on a mission and they're going east. Was there a tornado? We won't know until the Northern Tornadoes Project investigates if there is damage, so we'll have to see. I really hope there was not. It's very possible that there wasn't, but from the videos we're seeing, it is wild. Absolutely wild. I really hope everybody's okay. Wow. Yeah, I'm just seeing videos that just look absolutely bananas. What's this one from Alberta Storm Reports? This was from Commonwealth Stadium. Okay, so this is from Commonwealth Stadium. From Dominic, thank you for the report. I guess they're trying to shelter in here. Look at it outside. Like, look at down here. It's hard to, I don't know if you can see it entirely, but down here is bananas. Those trees are just flopping around. Whoa. Tree down reported on Jasper Avenue in Edmonton, I'm hearing. From Dalton, thank you. I mean, you just want to watch a concert, you know? You're like, just want to see a little Post Malone, and then this has to happen. That must be frustrating. Still seeing really, really, really strong winds heading up towards Josephburg. There is still some embedded rotation here that I'm not happy with. It's not super duper obvious rotation. It's very subtle, and these subtle situations, chances of something actually touching down is relatively rare. But that doesn't mean they're not obviously damaging wind gusts in the storm. So, how's Smoky Lake doing? I'm pretty confident I know how it got its name. Let's see here. I'm assuming wildfire smoke, for those who are wondering. AK or AJK Penguin, good night, good night. Thanks for joining us again. Appreciate it. Someone's asking about Vegreville. Yeah, this is heading that way. So will it be strong enough for Vegreville? I don't know. We did a pretty big polygon here because this thing was moving. I mean, it was really cooking east. And then it's actually started to slow down a little bit and kind of turn to the north a bit. So it might not even be that significant for Vegreville, depending on which way this goes. It looks like it might now actually be trying to do the northeast. Excuse me, the northeast thing. We'll see. But yeah, there's something going on in here. There's something going on there. Tilt 2 is very interesting, especially if you go storm relative velocity. Have you, Dalton, did you take a look at storm relative velocity Tilt 2? Hold on, I don't even know if he's watching this. Tilt 2 SRV. I'm writing with 10 H's. Like, right at that notch. Like, I want to go look at correlation coefficient. Not too strong, but hold on. I just gotta send him a screenshot of this because this is ridiculous. Like this notch right here, this Josephburg notch, and this rotation couplet, especially tilt 2, and now tilt 2's further up off the surface than tilt 1, but tilt 2 looks wild. I'm just gonna send this over. I'll send a screenshot. I don't know if he's watching this. Like, could that be any closer to this right to the notch? Like, this is right in the notch. I am genuinely concerned at that CC drop. CC drop right in the notch of this couplet. This is still in my tornado potential polygon. And we just got an update. Hold on, let me go back and look at that for a second. Right in the notch, right in Josephburg, is a 0.699 drop in correlation coefficient. And then that's a problem. I mean, maybe it's not a problem. It's possible that is just some noise, maybe. That was tilt 2. Let's take a tilt 1. Now, tilt 1, there is connection here. Let me see storm relative velocity. Remember, we were talking about that. That could be some rotation there. Then it turns. And now let's go back to regular velocity. There's some crazy values in here. And why is there like embedded rotation in this? 103 kilometers an hour, 107? I don't like the look of this, whatever this is, especially if you go to SRV. Instant Weather Pro is we're the only radar software that has storm relative velocity for Canada. So you can actually see storm relative velocity, not just velocity, the classic velocity, but you can see velocity where the motion of the storm is removed from the values. And what that allows us to see is if there could be maybe some rotation with this storm, it really allows you to see it, especially in fast-moving storms. I didn't like that either right here. Actually, hold on a second. This may have been merging, maybe. But this right here became that right there that we talked about, became this right here, and then a drop in CC. So I really hope this was not a brief touchdown. I wouldn't be shocked if it was, but I really hope it was not, and I hope everybody's staying safe. And it's actually kind of, I don't know if that was so much a merge as it was the RFD getting swallowed. It's like an RFD getting swallowed merge. Like, to me, that's the rear flanking downdraft, even though it's kind of to the north. But it's typically it's down on the south side. But this thing turned and then collapsed. Anyways, so that's concerning. And I really hope everybody's okay. And the signature continues to be insane. Now, it's about to leave my tornado potential polygon. Here we go. Just letting you know that the wind and rain direction has changed, or the wind and rain direction has changed direction in Fort Saskatchewan. That makes sense. We got at least one tree down. Just missed the house, says Greg. Thank you for the report. Appreciate it. Slow and show more carefully, please. In these situations, I appreciate it. We have the comments like this often where people are like, you're moving too fast. You're jumping to different data too quickly. And I'm sorry if I do that. I typically have to move pretty fast with these situations because there's usually a lot of different areas I need to monitor. In this particular case, I'm really just talking about this one storm. Let me back out there. I want to see if there's anything else going on here. So my apologies if I move quick. I can't seem to slow down. Typically don't have a lot of time. Oh, that was a pretty rural area? Okay. Well, that's helpful. The Johannesburg area is we're hearing is pretty rural. So not too much. This is east of Fort Sask. Obviously, there's still lots of properties there, but, you know, there's obviously a lot of places where there is not population in those fields. Look at the reports from Edmonton. Like, look at this. How many? 92 reports. No, if I go back further, 97. 92 reports, basically, coming straight out of Edmonton. Thank you so much, everybody. We have power outage. I don't know how many people we have reporting up here. Pretty decent hail going through Fort Sask right now. Could actually be relatively big here. Hail reports from Edmonton as well, too. Flooding report from Edmonton. Makes sense. Major flooding. And let's see exactly where that was. Chinatown North here in Edmonton. So the 98th Street Northwest and what is that? 106. People are reporting major flooding, which makes sense. I mean, again, it just can't handle. It just can't handle the precipitation. You just have concrete jungle. And then Sherwood Park, we got damaging winds, and someone reported wind damage there. Damaging winds. This is just substantial. So I hope everybody's all right. Fort Sask, the Josephburg area. I don't like. Just got an update. And again, I'm sorry if I move too quickly with this. I have to pay a lot of different data points attention. So I'm trying to explain it, but I'm also really just trying to focus on that. I don't like that in here. Sandy Beach area. That's about to leave my tornado potential polygon. I might drop that down to minor rotation, maybe. Excuse me. Sorry, it's like almost 12:30 here. So, but in Alberta right now, it is 10:30. Well, 10:20, 10:26. So that's still inside of my other polygon, and my polygon said significant damaging winds detected, and also said an isolated tornado cannot be ruled out. So I think that is sufficient. Now, there's a large area I notified down to the south here that is actually not going to get as significant winds, from what I can tell. So Tofield, Bardo, Shantz, Riley, Dodds, Inland, maybe Vegreville. This looks like it's going to head up more towards Hillard. What's going on here? This has to be noise. 160.56 kilometers an hour. I would think that's probably noise. Because that is preposterous. Or is it? Yeah, it's getting real noisy. So that looks like noise. This doesn't look like noise, though. This Sandy Beach area looks like it's going to be very strong winds for them, 103 kilometers an hour, 101. That's a problem. Again, if I go to storm relative velocity, then it draws a different picture, but I'm hoping this is not some rain wrap circulation here. Let me go to tilt 2, tilt 3. Sorry, tilt 2, tilt 3. Oh, yeah, storm relative velocity only works on tilt 1 and 2. So here's 3, here's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, tilt 9, tilt 10. Okay. Goes all the way to tilt 17. We've got all 17 tilts of radar from Canada. I think that's something that is only us. One second, I have to respond to this. Yeah, someone said something about a funnel in Vegreville, but Vegreville doesn't have a storm yet. You got some rain. Someone said something about a funnel in Vegreville, but I'm just not seeing anything substantial on radar for that area yet. So, if at all, I'm actually the storm down here near Camrose might head up towards Vegreville, so we'll keep an eye on that one. It's got some hail. We've got that Sandy Beach stuff looks really, really strong. Again, I hope everybody's okay. Oh, sorry, it's Vegaville? Vegaville? I thought it was Vegreville. No? Vegaville. Power's out in Prince Charles area of Edmonton. Thank you, Alexander. Appreciate it. Let me know in the comments if your power is out or if it came back on. This is Sherwood Park earlier. Look at these winds. When trees start leaning, that's a problem. So there's that. Is everybody all right? Someone said it's in Vegreville. Yeah, but what's it? Because it looks like some rain there. Like, yeah, there's some rain, and maybe there's some lightning in there. But, like, there's nothing substantial on radar. It's probably windy. Carmen says, no, it's not Vegaville. Well, we've affectionately named it Veggieville, says Audio Guy. So Vegreville is correct. It's calmed down in north of Edmonton. Thank you so much. Appreciate the report. Said it right the first time. That's what I thought. Vegreville, right? Vegreville. That's right. Where was that reported? Big old elm tree decided to split somebody's report. Oh boy. Trying to figure out where that was from. Excuse me. Sorry it took me so long to jump on the stream here, folks. I was out playing a show. Let's see here. And it went really good. It was awesome. But as soon as I got home, I was like, this storm looks bananas. I need to go live. Kelly says this weather app is wicked, especially the radar map and link to the live. Thank you so much, Kelly. Appreciate it. We're going to try to do some cool stuff. We're going to try to embed our YouTube stream into the app. We're going to try. We'll give it our best shot. It'd be cool if we could, because then, like, you could just do, like, I don't know if we can do picture in picture, but I think that'd be pretty sweet, right? So you can still use the app, and you just, like, move the stream around, and then when, like, we mention Sandy Beach and you live there, you're like, hold on a second, you, like, make it full screen again. Is the storm headed to Cold Lake? I think you're... Yeah, maybe. Yeah, basically. It's heading up there. I mean, it's not... Again, like, who knows how strong it's going to be by the time it gets there. It looks like the severe thunderstorm watch actually hits the brakes right at the Saskatchewan border. So I don't know if the PASBC Office of Environment Canada is going to extend that into Saskatchewan. I think it's possible. That's interesting, Brendan, because I think it might be possible. It's possible that it's not, but I kind of did some kind of quick research on it, and it seemed like it was possible. So we'll have to see if that is possible or not. Or you know what? Maybe there's a way we can do it. Like we can add that as a stream. Maybe we can. I don't know. We got to do some brainstorming on it. So, but we'll see what's possible first before we really, dive into it. But that'd be cool. That'd be pretty sweet. Excuse me. There's a little pocket of weak rotation up here by Smoky Lake. It's very minor. Right there. Let's see what tilt 2 looks like. Tilt 2 is even weaker. Probably not a problem. Maybe. Probably not. Mainly a hail risk up there. Look at all these. I can't believe how many reports we got in from Edmonton. Getting pretty windy there. That tree is dancing. The big ones are hanging on. Wow. Winds are slowing down in Sherwood, it seems. Thank you, Brittany. Appreciate it. Let me know what the winds are doing in your area. We appreciate all the reports in the comments. Whoa, what did this say? Olivia said, when the storm was over Leduc County by Nisku, before it hit Edmonton, lightning struck my backyard and multiple neighbors. Many main water pipes are burst and without water. Ugh. They've extended the severe thunderstorm warning to the east, the orange one, a little further towards St. Paul, but not St. Paul yet. But now it has been extended towards Saddle Lake, Duvernay, Two Hills. They keep extending it to the east. Which makes sense. This storm's really starting to kick it up a notch. East of Camrose. Heading up towards Woodglen. Big chunky hail core on that one. Interesting evening. Knew exactly when the rain and wind would hit. Got to hear the tree hit the ground. Ugh. Jesse said, that was the craziest 5 minutes of my life. The wind was blowing so hard. Our window AC was fighting for its life. The roads have flooded and my neighbors are outside with flashlights here in Fort Sask. Oh, no. Ashley says, stop it, man. I'm yawning now. Not bad. How's Red Deer? I think Red Deer's okay. This is a strange thing I've never heard before. Marina says, people start planting willow trees in the backyard to prevent lightning strikes in their property. I'm just going to go ahead and say that. Unless you can show me some hard evidence on that one. Has anybody ever heard of that before? I don't know. I think that lightning wants to strike. Lightning's going to strike. Like, I just saw a picture of it that struck concrete. Like, if it wants to strike that willow tree, probably going to strike that willow tree. I've never heard that one before. Winds tore a small piece of off my neighbor's roof. Away from home at the moment, was there a confirmed touchdown east of Knighton Junction earlier? I'm not sure. Have you heard anything? I hope everybody's all right. Someone said, is Edmonton okay now? Yeah. You're good. You might get some more storms coming in from the west overnight. Probably not to this degree, I would think. So, go to bed. Good night, Edmonton. Have yourself a wonderful night. As soon as Edmonton knew it was all right, like our live stream dropped by like 1,000 followers. Amazing Person 349 says, I don't think lightning has a preference for trees unless they are taller. Exactly. No, that sounds like an absolute myth. But it's cute that someone thought that. That's adorable. Like I'm sure you heard it from like your grandma or something. Like, yeah. No, lightning's gonna do what lightning wants to do. It doesn't care. If it wants to strike the willow tree, it's gonna strike the willow tree. So yeah, planting willow trees. I don't know if that's getting anywhere for you. Oh, by the way, I had my volume off this entire time, so if you said anything, Brennan or Atlanta, my apologies. Nope, makes no sense. Willow tree, not a thing, says Dottie. Oh my goodness. Is that a car wash? What am I seeing? That's not a car wash. That's broken pipes that are just spewing water. Oh my goodness. Like when it was zoomed out, I was like, is somebody going through a car wash? Are you looking at this? Are they standing in that water? Maybe don't stand in that water. You might not have an option. But that's a problem. West Edmonton Mall Parkade. Pipes bursting. Oh, all good. I wasn't sure. I'm sure you would have yelled at me. Like your sound's off, so I just wanted to make sure. It's all good. It's getting late, folks. I told Edmonton to go to bed in our stream. See here. Thank you, my guy. This is my emotional support live stream during severe weather. Our pleasure. We can't live stream for everything. But I think in the future, if like our app does really well and continues to grow, and I'd really like to get to a point where we could maybe be live for every storm. I think that, it sounds almost impossible to do, but I think it's possible. Oh, that junction is around Edson. That storm was tornado warning. Oh, that's right. Yes, from earlier. I don't know. I don't think have we heard any reports from that Edson storm earlier? How was Fort Sask? It looks like it was hit pretty hard. I hope everyone's okay. A 116-kilometer-an-hour gust north of St. Albert earlier. Definitely got intense in the Edmonton area. So it was stronger at the surface. I don't know if it got funneled between buildings or something, but it was stronger at the surface than we even saw on radar. Radar only went, the highest I saw in Edmonton, I think, was 111. And it was a 116-kilometer-an-hour gust. That was measured, I assume. Amazing Person 349. I'm going to go double check that in the background. I got to go check the weather stations here. We'll continue to watch the storm as it tracks to the east. The strongest area continues to be down here near Sandy Beach and Chipman area, Hillard. What's going on here? I don't like this. I don't like that. Near Lamont. It's kind of supported. My polygon covers the whole area and mentions an isolated tornado cannot be ruled out, but I don't like the look of that. Right there. Something going on there. Rain wrapped circulation of some sort, and it seems to be supported in tilt 2, tilt 3, tilt 4 kind of falls apart. There's a little bit of rotation. I don't like that. Oh, Alana's going to bed. Good night, Alana. Everybody say good night to Alana. I don't like that. Let's see what that looks like on storm relative velocity. What? What? Storm relative velocity turns this into 182 kilometer an hour rotation. 186. SRV just goes absolutely bonkers with that. 186 kilometer an hour using SRV. Now, that's not an actual value coming out of this radar. The actual value coming out of the radar is 124, 125, basically, versus 29. So there's actually, you know what? It's like 150. Yeah, let's see the next frame. So this could just be a little blip. We'll see what the next frame shows. It could be noise, but my goodness. I want to see how strong these winds got in the stations here. Yeah, it got that strong. 116 kilometers an hour north of St. Albert there. And that was the storm basically that tracked over towards Fort Sask. So there's your next frame. I mean, it's still rotating. Not as strong. Tilt 2 still looks strong. Tilt 2 is 120 V-rot. Oh, what have I done? I went all the way to tilt 17. Okay, there we go. I don't know. It's still kind of there. Where's it going? You're not allowed to leave my polygon. Who gave this storm permission to leave my polygon? I should kill this polygon anyways, right? Because the strongest part of it's not even going to hit Vegreville. Vegreville's going to get hit, but it's not going to be anywhere close to what they're seeing up by Chipman. At least from what I can tell right now in this frame. I'm going to go minor rotation on that one. Like so. Something like that. I kind of want to add that to the minor rotation as well. This one's really standing out to me. So where is it here? It's near St. Michael, tracking northeast. Near Lamont. I'll allow it. I'll allow it. Traveling east, northeast. All right, all right. Oh. Minor rotation. All right. Let's do an hour and a half. Send it off to 100 people in that area. In the Lamont area. And then I think I'm going to make another polygon here for what is heading to the northeast as well. Looks like I'm going to go above Vegreville here. Let's go pretty far over here and then go all the way to St. Paul. And then down to Here. All right, it's a polygon time. That is cool. I think that's pretty good. I don't think the strongest part of that storm is going to affect Vegreville. Looks like the strongest part is going to move to the northeast. I'm going to say damaging winds and minor rotation. We've detected damaging wind gusts and minor rotation on radar with the storm located 39 kilometers east of Fort Sask, near where? Actually more near Chipman. I'll say east of, just east of Fort Sask. 39 kilometers east of Fort Sask, near Chipman. Traveling northeast at 74 kilometers an hour. All right. That looks good. I'm going to go red still on that one, I think, because those still look pretty strong. What's the strongest value we have here? 95? 95 still pretty strong. Maybe I'll go orange. So it looks like it might be calming down a bit. In fact, why am I doing a polygon this big? Is that? This is actually trying to push to the east here. I might want to do that. I've already come too far. All right. I just got to borrow this description. And imaging winds and minor rotation. And we're still at 91 now. Let's go storm relative velocity. I don't think I'm going to do that. 91 is still pretty strong, but it seems like this is trying to dial down a bit. 93. So every frame is getting a little bit weaker. That's near the Hillard area. It's still going to be, that's still damaging wind territory for sure. That St. Michael rotation has also fallen apart from what I can tell. Yeah, that looks definitely weaker on the latest frame. Let's go to tilt 2, tilt 3. Definitely weaker on that latest frame there. What? Is that a video? Alberta storm reports. Like a load. Oh my goodness. Whoa. Where's the volume on this thing? Hold on, I'll turn my volume down. Okay, that is loud. Look at this. It's like a geyser. It's ridiculous. It just I told you, the concrete jungles. They just cannot deal with it. It is not having a good time there. Oh my goodness. Newton area. Oh my goodness. That storm is weakening, so I think I might I'm going to probably drop. I'm going to drop definitely the Edmonton polygon. Drop the tornado potential from Fort Sask. Probably going to drop this significant polygon, I think. Yeah. If it strengthens again, then we'll, if it really ramps up again, then I'll do another one. But 93 kilometers is still pretty darn strong. So if you're in Hillard, Alberta, Mundare, Warwick, Norma, Kaeland, Two Hills area, Morecambe. Heather says, you keep saying, my goodness, sis. How about some weather? What? I mean, we're specifically talking about weather. I don't know. Did I get off topic from weather? I could have sworn I've been talking about weather. Maybe she's talking to somebody else than me. Very possible. Strong weather here by St. Paul, says Colleen. Thank you very much. Yeah, it looks like it's pretty darn strong. And but it's not there yet, though. It's horrible out there, says Sky. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Oh, I said my goodness too many times. There's no pleasing you. Yeah, I don't know. I react to things how I react to them. And that's how it is. Let's see here. 93 kilometers an hour. So is the storm, is the Edmonton storm over now, or will another come? I mean, you might see some stuff overnight, but I don't think you're going to see something of that magnitude. That's probably the majority of the show for the Edmonton area. But nonetheless, you might want to download our free app. It's called Instant Weather. It is free. You can download it for free on the App Store or the Google Play Store. And yeah, and then obviously if you get any alerts from Environment Canada overnight, as long as you allow notifications, you will receive those. Lots of trees damage, I'm hearing. Got a report on Alberta Storm Reports. By the way, if you're on Facebook, we have a wonderful reporting group called Alberta Storm Reports. We also have one in Saskatchewan Storm Reports. We got Manitoba Storm Reports. Can't even speak. Manitoba Storm Reports, Ontario Storm Reports, and Atlantic Canada Storm Reports. Are you having sound issues? I think it's fine. If you do have sound issues, you might want to restart the stream. You might want to refresh the stream. Will this die down before it hits Saskatchewan? I mean, maybe. It looks like, Sask did get a little sneaky severe thunderstorm watch. Look at that. It broke the barrier. It broke the border. It was trying to stay only in Alberta, but it just squeezed its way over to include some areas of Saskatchewan, like Little Fishing Lake, Pine Cove, Loon River, Barthel, Horsehead. Horsehead? What's the population of Horsehead? I'm telling you, I find new places all the time. It's just shocking. Beaver River, Peerless, Good Soil, in case you were looking for it. It's right over there. Good Soil. Pierceland, Northern Pine. You're kind of giving away the fact that you have good soil, right? If you name the area Good Soil, you know, like it's like naming a place gold found here, right? Well, maybe not that obvious. Trees reported down in Josephburg. That's where we were seeing that rotation earlier, and that was quite concerning to me. It looked pretty interesting. A little too interesting. Where the heck was that again? That was right here. That was east of Fort Sask in Josephburg. Trees are down. Has a tornado touchdown recently near Edmonton? That is a good question. And maybe. I mean, there's been tornadoes this season in Alberta. Has there been anything that went? Look at those winds right here from Sherwood Park. That rain is just hurling to the west side of that frame. I hope everybody's all right. Jason says, I tuned in for the weather report and ended up getting a comedy show as a bonus. Loving it. Jason, you just wait. If you hang out long enough, I'll play you an original song, as I typically do at the end of our live streams. So I'll put everybody to bed. Videos from the Commonwealth Stadium is crazy. Yeah, Brian, they're crazy. You just want to go and watch Post Malone, and then big at a bam. You got to deal with that. That was a wicked storm in downtown Edmonton, says Kimberly. It sure looked like it. Rocky Mountain House, yeah. I mean, if you want to just talk about in Alberta, Rocky Mountain House had two EF2s on the ground at the same time. We were all over that storm. That was horrifying. Ashley says, thanks for keeping us alerted. Night, night. Good night. We had to put Edmonton to bed. Back in the 80s, yeah, there was a tornado near Edmonton with 27 fatalities, I believe. Black Friday. What year is that? It was 1986? 1987? I'm trying to remember. I think it was 87. I know Barrie was 85, and then I think Edmonton was 86. Somebody Google that for me, please. Need to get me a yawn counter. My defense, it's 1 a.m. Yeah, that's right. It's 1 a.m. here, people. I'm going to yawn. Mind you, 87. I thought it was 87. I thought so. That was my best guess. 87, 87. Someone said 86. Can we just... No, it was 87. 87 was Black Friday, Edmonton. That was an F4. That was bad. My family was in that tornado, lost their home. Oh, my goodness. I hope they're okay. Was that 27 fatalities? That is crazy. That is terrifying. Everybody's saying, okay, so tall guy says 87. Emily Putters Smith says 87. Let's keep going here. Hold on. Dinah says 87. Okay, we general consensus. Look at these lightning shots, by the way. Are we looking at this? From Roberta, thank you so much. Says not quite as dramatic as last weekend. That looks pretty dramatic. That is intense. D says my aunt died in the tornado. Oh my goodness, D. I'm so sorry to hear. I'm so sorry. AC/DC at Commonwealth in 2009 was weather like this. Did they continue to play? Did they play Thunderstruck right in the middle of it, or? Do, 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 do. Cameron says that was 87. Who was saying that was 86? Yeah, let's find them. I believe they did play Thunderstruck through the lightning storm. No, they did not. Did they? I mean, normally you're like, okay, get off the stage, right? But in that particular case, it's like, wasn't there like some Taylor Swift concert where she had the crazy, didn't she have crazy lightning and thunder in the background of her concert? I'm seeing a little bit of rotation here near Willingdon. A little bit of embedded rotation right there. Let's see, tilt 2. Tilt 2 doesn't really look that supportive. Storm relative velocity, not really that exciting. It's still inside of my minor rotation polygon, but we'll see what happens on the next frame with that one. Probably nothing. But you never know when you see that little pocket of rotation. It's always like, stranger things have happened. Yes, they did. My whole family was there. That sounds like a concert to remember. Yes, I was there for it. He says, geez, you are funny. Maybe I'm just tired. Whoa, my grandpa and uncle barely survived Black Friday. Their shop was decimated and the back end of their truck was lifting off the ground as they drove away. Wow, they drove away from that? That would have been very scary. Driving during an F4 tornado when you're not sure exactly which way it's going. I mean, that might have been, they might have made the right choice. I don't know. Those are tricky circumstances, right? Those are really tricky circumstances. Allison says, my son and his family are camping in Long Lake near Boyle. I can't get a hold of him. Downloaded weather apps and it led me back here. I guess you downloaded our app and noticed that we were live. Matt says, Adam and IW team, thanks for doing what you do. All of my respect to the good folks behind the scenes. Thank you so much. Appreciate it, Matt. I'm just rolling through these comments here. Boyle? Yeah, let me look at Boyle. A lot of people are asking about it. Where's that? Oh, interesting. Vegreville now does have a tiny little bit of minor rotation heading towards town, which I don't like. If I go to storm relative velocity, it does not look as interesting. If I go to tilt 2, there's a tiny little bit of rotation going towards Vegreville. Is it enough to get it done? I don't know. I don't maybe want to do a tiny little polygon here. I love the fact that we have Canadian storm tracks, by the way. Like, I'm pretty sure we're the only Pro Radar app that has Canadian storm tracks. Way to frame and see. All right, I'll get a polygon ready because I want Vegreville to know what's up here. A little bit of minor rotation heading towards Vegreville right now. I don't know why I'm not just using the cool polygon. I literally have this fancy polygon. I can just, whoopsie. There we go. That's better. Okay, I'm going to get that ready, and we're going to wait for the little beep, and it'll tell me if we have a new radar frame. But in the meantime, I'm going to say minor rotation detected on the storm tracking Tracking into Vegreville, traveling northeast at 54 kilometers an hour. Yada, 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 blah, blah, blah. No. I'll get rid of all that. Okay, now we're just going to sit. And we are going to, what? We're going to sit and wait on that one. We should be getting a radar frame pretty soon. Actually, any second now, we'll get a radar frame on that one. There it is. That is our update, and I am not that convinced. Nah. I'm going to hold off. I will, if it gets stronger, I'll create a polygon. But Vegreville, obviously you're inside of a, what are you inside of? Severe thunderstorm warning, I assume? Oh, I see. I still got the notification thing open. Here we go. Can you just? Yeah, severe thunderstorm warning. It says a broad area. It's a big blanket one. Damaging wind gusts are possible. Vegreville's going to get probably some hail, or at least a little bit of it. My minor rotation up here did weaken, it looks like. This one is very broad. I was going to go take a look at Boyle. Was it Boyle? B-O-Y-L-E. Boyle, Alberta. I see you're just up there. Okay. Yeah. It's going to get pretty darn windy. But nothing too significant from what I could tell. Up in Boyle. 1988? No, I think it was 87. Orange warning for Vegreville. Orange? What? There's an orange watch. There's a yellow warning. Yeah, you got to refresh the stream if you're still talking about 87. Tia says, "How about Cold Lake, my bro?" I'm getting broed out here. Cold Lake. I was actually just looking at Cold Lake. Yeah. You're fine right now. But will these storms track your way? Probably. How strong will they be? Yeah. Hard to say. They could weaken. I hope they'll weaken. Yeah. I'm just tuning in. Any reports of a tornado that touched down east of Morinville? East of Morinville. I mean, that would basically be the Fort Sask area, right? I don't think we heard anything from up there, but let us know if you heard anything, please. Asha says it was unbelievable. Can you check Alberta? The only thing we've looked at on the stream has been Alberta so far. Dang, hit the wrong number. No, you meant 87? All good. Who gets more interesting storms, Alberta or Ontario? Alberta definitely wins the hail battle by a absolute massive long shot. Alberta, there's no hail anywhere in Canada like there is in Alberta. So, yeah, they win the hail side of things. I don't know. It's different. It's, you know, sometimes you can have really slow moving isolated supercells in Alberta. And, you know, in Ontario, a lot of the time you get these big, long lines of storms. You can have isolated supercells in Ontario as well, but in a lot of cases, it's these kind of like you know, from Windsor all the way up to Quebec. Like, it's just like this huge line of storms that just plows right through the area. So it's different. It's definitely different. You know, and then in Ontario, you know, there was a derecho, 15 fatalities. That was only back in what, 2022, was it? 2021, 2022? I think it was, might even have been 2023. I don't know. I can't remember now. It was a while ago. But yeah, that was a horrifying, horrifying event. So typically I don't remember a derecho occurring in Alberta, but it's not entirely out of the question. Typically over here they call them plow winds, right? But you can have these big sections of very, very strong damaging winds. Kind of like a mini derecho, maybe. Aw, 87 broke my heart. Won't ever get past that. That is just absolutely bananas to think about something that significant. Yeah. Thank you, Tori, for the report. Appreciate it. Common St. Paul. Yeah, it's not there yet. Any more storms coming for Edmonton, says Nikita. Maybe. Look at the flooding. Probably not as strong as what we just saw. Look at the flooding at the top of this image. 156th Street and 109th Avenue in Edmonton flooded up to the fire hall. A lot of precipitation in a short period of time. Vegreville is really bad right now, says Leanna. Thank you very much. You are under an orange severe thunderstorm warning. So there's that. So yeah, it looks like a pretty strong storm. Probably some pretty strong winds in there. Earlier, I was like, Vegreville's not going to get the strongest part of it, but then storm shot up from the south just to prove me wrong. Thank you, Ashley, for the report. Kinkino, or Kikino? Kikino? Hope I'm pronouncing it somewhat right. Unlikely. Could I look at Chipman? I thought I was looking at Chipman earlier. Didn't they get like wild winds? Wasn't it Chipman, New Brunswick? There we go. Yeah, we were watching Chipman earlier. The winds are crazy earlier in Chipman. You okay? Is everything all right? Jade, can you let me know if you're all right? Got a thank you veterans sign on there. Love to see it. Love to see it. Kick, I know. Oh, it's Kick, I know? I didn't know. Turns out Kick, I didn't know. Bonnieville is going to get hit around midnight, according to Future Radar. Thank you for the update. Appreciate it. I'm 12 and I can't sleep because I'm worried. Aw. Where are you again? You're in Shipman? You're fine. You're good. Go to bed. No biggie. Shipman's fine. Go to bed. No worries. It's Kick in no. All right. We're getting some contrasting reports of how to pronounce. One person said kick, I know. And this person says kick in no. Kick in no. And this person says keek in o. Keekino. Keekino? Some people are saying kick. And some people are saying keek. Let me know. The town has a huge Ukrainian egg in the center of town. Look at this video from Commonwealth. People just huddled together. Thankfully, that was probably only, I mean, at least right where the Commonwealth Stadium was, probably only very, very strong winds. Can't even imagine, you know, get a tour going through there. It'd be horrifying. This person says keek in o. Brooklyn says yes. Keek. Keekino. Keekino. This is an interesting suggestion. Jess says, if you have storm anxiety like me, which many in our community do, and at times I experience it as well, just put on music or a fan or a show or for background noise, or keep yourself busy. That's good advice. Or throw on our live stream. Just got a tornado warning for Sturgeon County. What? Are you sure? You sure about that? I don't think so, but you know, who knows? Let me see. I don't think so. No, I don't. No, I don't see any tornado warnings. No, there's nothing. I just checked Environment Canada's website directly. I thought maybe, you never know, it could be a bug, but no. Look at that shelf. That was North Edmonton. Look at this shelf. That's crazy shelf. Oh my goodness. That was from earlier in North Edmonton. Thank you, Cassie, for the report. Tori says, yes, Kikino. Okay. Kikino. Thank you. Appreciate it. Stephanie says, Commonwealth looks like how it was when I went to Def Leppard. I was only 2 weeks from giving birth, and it was 34 degrees. Best day ever. Sweet. There you go. You got it? Okay, I got it. Kikino. Thank you so much, Chad. Appreciate it. Trying our best. Oh my goodness. Look at this video here of the winds. Wow. Look at that. Jade says, I love your live streams. They're so accurate. I watched your last stream, and that time our tree almost snapped in half. Thank you so much, Jade. Appreciate it. Tori says, I was running from window to window here in Athlone. Is it Athlone? Athlone, Edmonton. And at one point yelled, get to the basement. LOL, giggling about it now. I'm glad you stayed safe, Tori. Glad you're all right. Nothing exciting around Calgary. I'm going to bed. Nighty night. Yeah, Calgary's boring right now. You're good to go. All right, let's jump back to radar and see what's up. Storms are bad and good. Yeah, I don't know why somebody said they got a tornado warning. There is no tornado warnings right now. You got a severe thunderstorm warning, maybe? This is interesting. There's a little bit of a hook right here. And there's a little bit of velocity that's interesting me. Probably going to vanish on the next frame. It's definitely interesting, though. How was Vegreville? Was it all right? Chris says, this is why I would never go to an outdoor concert. You just need to look at the forecast. But that's tricky because you already bought your tickets and, yeah, I can appreciate that. Oh, Maverick, thanks so much. Appreciate it. Had to stop to put a manhole cover back in place. Husband almost hit. Crazy flooding in West Edmonton. 149th 9th Street, 90th Avenue. Oh, boy. Pretty stormy still in Vegreville. Thank you. How strong was that storm, though? Was it intense or was it not too bad? Winding down. Wasn't too bad. Okay. Because it's a little bit interesting just east of you with that storm. Oh, boy. Jelly Roll. Yeah. Jelly Roll and Post Malone. Oh, it was a 2-day concert. Oh, okay. Shelly says, my husband called and asked if there was a tornado near Hillard. He was in the shop and saw the garden shed, combine, and truck shaking. The shop window was flexing. All the poles on the trampoline broke, and the swings were right sideways. The stairs in the shop were moving with the flexing of the shop. Weather station showed 91 km/h gusts near you. Marina's asking about St. Albert. St. Albert had 116 km/h wind gusts. How was that? Thank you so much for the super chat, Danica. Lac Le Biche. And you're always asking about Lac Le Biche. I will check that out. Shell Marie. I hope everybody's all right. That sounds intense. Near Hillard. Wait a minute, Hillard. Hold on a minute. Detective hat going on. Hillard, you say? I could have sworn I remember saying something about Hillard. Hillard, Alberta. In Lamont County. Right here. You don't say. You don't say. Hillard's right near Chipman. I mean, it's possible. It's possible. There was a little bit of embedded rotation on that one. Probably more so a downburst, but there was certainly some embedded rotation there. Mm-hmm. Storms are bad. I'm good. Let's see here. There's also a bike rally going on in Two Hills. They got hit hard last weekend. Hopefully not too bad tonight. I mean, yeah, they're in it, but it's mainly just heavy rain and probably some lightning in there. Maybe some small hail. Hopefully nothing too substantial. The winds up in North Bank look wild, but maybe they're not too strong. I've asked a couple times, is there another storm? For Edmonton? Coming in behind this one? I don't think so. This storm was worse than last Saturday in Edmonton. Yeah, I mean, it depends on where you are, right? Because it strengthened and it weakened like pretty rapidly in different areas. So different areas got definitely different experiences. Viking area. Nothing here is really, I mean, there's a lot of lightning down here to the south. The Viking area, going to be some pretty strong winds in there. Oh, we got Strathmore back. Sweet. Sweet. Okay. Good. Where did Viking go? I was just looking at it. Stettler maybe getting decent little storm there. Nothing too wild. Nothing too wild. If you wonder what I'm doing with the radar right now, I'm swiping back and forth between rain and wind. Rain, wind. Rain, wind. This swiping technique only exists on our Pro Radar app called Instant Weather Pro. But I'm sure other apps are going to rip it off at some point. I'm quite confident they will. Chris says, you're the goat of severe weather. Great job. Thanks so much, Chris. Appreciate it. And I am definitely not the goat, but... Oh, I was supposed to look at Lac La Biche. Jennifer mentioned it as well, too. And I believe I had a super chat that asked about it, so I'll go check it. Lac La Biche. Lac La Biche. People are very inquisitive in Lac La Biche. Almost like they lack quality storm info and they want to know what's up. Yeah, you're fine. Lac La Biche is fine. St. Paul's going to get some hail, maybe some gusty winds. Okay, that's... That Vickerville one is now looking a lot more interesting. I am going to go minor rotation on that one. Faux show. That's a faux show on that one. Faux show. And where's that going? It's really starting to wrap. Starting to wrap up. Let's see what it looks like from Edmonton radar. Edmonton's really noisy, but if you look at it from Cold Lake, which is basically the same distance away, and you look at that hook right there, it's got a hook and it's got that rotation. Yeah. That's getting it's a polygon time. Oopsie. It's a polygon time. Let me just make sure which way it's going. That's about right. Yeah. Maybe slightly that way. Okay. Going minor rotation on that one. It's been enough for me to keep an eye on it. We've detected minor rotation on radar with this storm located 10 kilometers northeast of Vegreville, traveling northeast at 56 kilometers an hour. Good. Hour and a half. 232 people. That's something. Yeah, that got my attention from the Cold Lake radar there. Storm was wild. A large tree outside my apartment broke off, still leaning like the Tower of Pisa at the Leaning Tower of Pisa at the moment. Can imagine it was damaging around the whole city. It just really exploded right over Edmonton. Like, I mean, it just really kicked it up a notch. There's my polygon. Becky the Babe writes, how's the Bellis area? Bellis? Where's Bellis? Bellis. Bellis. You are fine. You're fine. Looks pretty weak there. I mean, there's a little bit of a decent storm to your west. Could get pretty windy. Actually, you're in the path of this North Bank, these North Bank winds here. So could actually get pretty darn windy for the Bellis area. A little pocket of rotation catching my eye with that little hook echo. You can see the hook right here. Let me draw it for you. Here's your hook. Right? And if you swipe over, here is your mesocyclone. Here is your couplet. So hopefully that doesn't do anything. Hopefully it just fizzles away. But it's been rotating since back towards Vegreville. Not really that strongly, but. Power just came back on in Bruderheim. Thank you so much, Emily. Appreciate it. Lac La Biche, I just covered it. Oh, there's your update. And it weakened. Still kind of there, but definitely not as interesting as it was for those 2 frames. Okay, cool. well, we'll continue to watch this for a frame or two, and I did capture a bit of St. Paul in that polygon there, but that looks like that only was decent for a couple frames. The vast majority of the time we say minor rotation, it looks good for a frame or two, and then it vanishes, and then it's nothing. So if you see minor rotation, it's like, hey, this storm's starting to spin, so pay close attention just in case it gets even stronger. Right? Usually the case. But there's sometimes, like, for example, what happened in Winnipeg earlier this year was June 29th or something. June 30th, June 29th. I think it was June 28th. I don't know. It was one of those. And yeah, we said minor rotation going into Winnipeg, and EF1 tornado touchdown in the city. No tornado warning. There was a severe thunderstorm warning. That was it. And there was no mention of a tornado risk in the severe thunderstorm warning. So we're just glad we were able to give folks a heads up on that one. How's Calgary? I think Calgary's fine from what I can tell. Seems like it's all right. Did I cover crack? How do you pronounce it again? Crack. I'm trying to. I don't want to pronounce it wrong, but it's very possible that I will. Krakow? Is it crack? Is it Krakow or Krakow? Krakow? Krakow. Vegreville apparently has a fair going on, so hopefully everything's okay there. I hope so. East of Lamont. Okay. Yeah, I did cover that earlier when that storm was really strongly rotating. Krakow. Oh, Krakow? Cheryl says Krakow. Crack cow. No idea. What do you mean, no idea? But you're asking about it. Do you live there? You live there and you have no idea? Or do you just have like family there or something? Krakow. 3 of them for some reason. How's it there? Are you fine? You're fine. Go to bed. Yeah, Victoria, do you live there or what's the deal there? I need to know now. Fort Sask is fine. Wasn't earlier, but it's fine now. Commonwealth Stadium was evacuated and half of Edmonton was shut down. Yeah, that was wild. Cheryl says, I'm right. Krakow. I don't understand, Victoria. How are you asking about that? You don't even know how to pronounce it. That's funny. Drosen, or are you just there like maybe you're there on vacation or something? Ardrosen? Is it Ardrosen or Ardrosen? Ardrossan. Ardrosen. Shay says I heard a tornado touchdown just touchdown. It would have been a while ago if it did touch down in Fort Sask. It's possible. We saw rotation there. Is you finding this funny? You're fine. Go to bed. Yeah, I pretty much have to put people to bed near the end of these streams. Ardrosen. Okay, thank you. Just wanted to say hi. Thanks, Chad. Appreciate it. Live close. Only area to describe my area. Just moved here. Oh, okay, cool. All good. Yeah, supposedly it's Krakow. You moved to Krakow. I heard tornado just touched down, said Shay. Shay, have you heard any more information about that? Is there any damage? Is everybody okay? Krakow. Oh, it's Krakow, Poland. Okay. Tia says, how long will you keep this bumping? I don't know. At some point in time, I'm going to play an original song on my guitar, and I'm going to go to sleep. I'm in the east, so it's 1:37 in the morning. Thank goodness for Brennan, who is a nighthawk. We'll stay up till some ungodly hour. You can send reports, by the way, to Alberta Storm Reports. If you're on Facebook, we have an incredible reporting group called Alberta Storm Reports, and you can send your reports to that. That would be very helpful. You can also download our free app. It's called Instant Weather. It is free. It's awesome. We've worked very hard on it. There's lots of improvements coming to it, and you can download that. You can download that for free on the App Store. Instant Weather. Chris says Poland, kind of far from Canada. I think what he's trying to say is that it's a similar name to somewhere in Poland, which is, it's like if you look at like London, Ontario, there's obviously a London, England, right? Still heading Saskatchewan way, says Randy. Yeah, I feel like the whole thing's starting to wash out into a big sloppy mess. So we'll see how strong it really is when it gets there. Lloydminster, east of Lloydminster in Saskatchewan, they keep kind of stretching out this severe thunderstorm watch, basically based on this storm. They're like, yeah, maybe we should let these people know that it could get pretty grumpy. Jason says, "You're fine, go to bed." Reminds me of a hypnotist putting people to sleep on stage. You're getting sleepy. That's it. I'm into the soda water now. Yeah, when you Brennan, just so you know, when you get to your 40s, you're like, ooh, drinking soda water at 1:40 in the morning. Whoo! There's a lot of bubbles in there. Let's see here. It's getting rough. We're out of the regular water. We're now into the bubbly water. Woo! I'm in Glendon, Alberta. Rain and lots of thunder and lightning. Thank you so much, Tinker Bell, I'm assuming. Getting scared here in Saddle Lake. Don't be scared right now. There's nothing, to be fair, there's nothing on radar that's really, really jumping out at me that's concerning. Let's see here. All right. Good. Other than like the lightning, of course, lightning is always a concern, because who knows what the heck lightning is going to do. Very rare that it actually, strikes a property. It's usually trees. Caffeine? No, I can't drink caffeine at this hour. No caffeine. I don't think we can hear Brandon. Chris says 40. That's young. I'm 67 and I hate soda water. I don't like soda water either. I just needed to grab something quickly because I had to jump on the stream as fast as I could. I'm not a fan of this soda water. My wife drinks this Montpellier or whatever it is. I usually don't drink it, but I'm just like thirsty, and it's here. And those are the two check boxes. No, I don't think so, Brennan. It doesn't have that opposite effect on me. It literally does. Caffeine is a stimulant for me, even though, like, in theory, I have ADHD. We don't know if it's diagnosed or not. Squirrel. So sometimes you think like the effect of something can be the opposite, but actually, for caffeine doesn't calm me down at all. It's an absolute stimulant for me. I just drink it in the morning usually. Works pretty good. Trying to get some work done. It just kind of like that actually does help with the ADHD if that's what I have, which I'm assuming it is. Brennan did a survey one time on our live stream, and like 52% said I have ADHD, which was surprisingly low. I thought it was going to be like 80%, and it was just above half, which is interesting. St. Paul, says Sid. I will take a look here for you. One sec. I know the storms are pretty much, they're pretty much on top of you at this point. They're already there. Nothing's really jumping out at me as super duper strong at the moment. Yeah, so just to clarify, I mean, if you're anxious about these storms, I can appreciate it. From what I'm seeing, I mean, there is obviously a severe thunderstorm warning. And there could be some pretty strong winds in here. But Innisfree, getting some big torrential rain, maybe some hail. That rotation we saw going up towards St. Paul has weakened considerably. In fact, to the point where I'm getting rid of these polygons. It's a polygon getting rid of time. Yeah, the irony, eh, Brennan? Brennan's laughing at the irony of me getting off topic, talking about ADHD is so meta. That's hilarious. Okay, I'm going to get rid of that minor rotation. And I am going to get rid of this minor rotation from Vegreville area. And I think that's it. This is still going. Is there still an Amber Alert for Calgary? And I think this evacuation is still legit, even though it was like 6 days ago. Maybe it's not. I don't know. Is that still, can we confirm that? Is there still an Amber Alert for Calgary? Still? How many days has this been? Unfortunately, yes. That is too long. That is not good. That was July 16th. It's been 10 days. That might be the longest. That might be the longest Amber Alert I ever remember. 10 days? Janine says Krakow is near the original settlements out that way for Ukrainian, Polish, etc. Small spaces within there have original names, whether it's what everyone in the general area calls it anymore, just like Fitzallen, just outside of Vegreville boundary lines, but it's generalized as Vegreville area. Anyone but shows up on Google Maps, etc. Okay, interesting. Thank you for clearing that up. Appreciate it. Jenny. Or I think it's Jenny. Nine days. I mean, we posted on the 16th and it's the 26th. Oh, it's almost the 26th. Sorry. It's the 26th in 15 minutes. Oh, that Amber Alert was issued several days after they went missing. Oh, it says canceled now? No longer active. Oh, maybe it's canceled. Is that canceled for a good reason or canceled because it's been too long? Right from the Alberta website. And this was it expired June 25th. Calgary police are extending the alert for. Oh, that was the written part from July 16th. So they canceled it. They didn't cancel it. It expired on July 25th, which is obviously today for 14 more minutes in Alberta. Canceled because it's been too long. Yeah, literally, it wasn't even canceled. It just expired. I didn't know they have an expiration date. I guess they did. I guess they just set it at like 10 days, right? Just like set it for 10 days. And if it goes that long, then it just cancels. That is horrifying. I hope they find him. St. Paul looks like it's going to be pretty noisy and pretty gusty. Most of these storms look like they're kind of winding down. I mean, there's a boatload of lightning southeast of Vegreville. I bet you if you look to the southeast, it's quite a light show. Because it's just like strike after strike after strike after strike over here. Oh, if you go to there's still a missing child alert on the Calgary Police website. So was that pinging phones for 9 days straight? Like for folks in the Calgary area, were you just getting the Amber Alert sound for 9 days straight, or did it? No, just the first day. Okay. So they must have like a switch where they can hit that like once and then like disable it. I was gonna say, if you got the Amber Alert sound for 9 days straight, people are gonna lose their minds. By Lanford, by St. Paul, crazy lightning, rain, and winds. Thank you so much, Tara. Appreciate it. Yeah, it looks like it's pretty windy. I mean, radar's only estimating for St. Paul like 60 kilometers an hour, 55, 60 kilometers an hour. So nothing too significant there, which is good. Actually, but St. Paul might see. There's another storm coming up to St. Paul. So there's the one you got right now, but the next one coming up to you, now we're getting a little more nasty. 79 kilometer an hour wind gusts. That's near Duvernay, and that's tracking to the northeast into the St. Paul area. What the crap? I know this young man named Jericho. I thought it was literally a spam account for a second, giving us an ad. He's like, "Do you like Alani energy drinks? Alani energy drinks are zero sugar, low calorie, sparkling beverages featuring popular flavors like pinks." What am I here? What am I reading? Did you just like copy that description of those energy drinks? Did you get hacked? Why am I reading this advertisement? This looks like a total ad. Brennan says he loves those energy drinks. All right, well, they just got some free promo. Not an official sponsor. Power just flickered in St. Paul. Thank you. That storm just looked pretty grumpy. Knocked down some garbage bins. Thanks for the report. Appreciate it. Anything coming towards Cold Lake? Yeah, the storm's kind of tracking in that direction, Kaylee. Slowly but surely. Slowly but surely, it's tracking up towards Cold Lake. We'll see how strong it is when it gets there. It's kind of turning into one big mush. But, still yellow severe thunderstorm warning. Still seeing some pretty strong winds in certain places. 91 right there west of Ranfurly, heading over towards Innisfree area. Maybe. Maybe not. Good. Hiding Place says, the song you sang the other night, what was the name of it? Which one was it? Was it the Storm Has Passed? I think the Storm Has Passed. It's on YouTube. Was it the was it that one? Let me know which one it was. Because if it was that one, it's called No Apologies. They said yes, but I don't know what they said yes to. Was it the Storm Has Passed? Yeah, you can find that on our Instant Weather YouTube. It's called Storm Has Passed. Yeah, Storm Has Passed. I think that's... I never really gave it a name. I was just like, that seems like the most obvious name. Here we go. People are saying a tornado had touched down in Fort Sask, and we're trying to figure out if that was true. The storm was very intense. I don't know. We're going to have to wait and to see if there's any damage. I could probably play that song for you if I find my capo. I swear I had a capo at some point. It'd be helpful if I had that. If there's nothing intense happening in Fort Sask, I'm going to go get a midnight snack and head to bed. Thanks so much for joining. Appreciate it. Tinker says sensitive video. Thank you kindly. Vermilion. Vermilion. That's a cool town name. Vermilion. Come to Vermilion. That's it. I can't think of anything else for a slogan for you guys. We're giving away money in Vermilion. It's, unfortunately, plot twist. It's 1 penny for each person. Let's see here. Did see some pretty wild tree damage near Edson earlier at the Bear Lake campground. Hope everybody's all right. It looks like it was pretty intense. Oh, from the app. Thank you, Tinkerbell. Appreciate it. I'm not going to put this up on the screen because that is profanity, but ACE, so Ace said the concert, it said do better, not one weather warning. I seen this coming from Leduc. There's tons of alerts. I don't know what app you're using, but it's probably not that great. You might want to download our free app. It's awesome. You would have got notified multiple times for that storm. Yep. Our free app is called Instant Weather, and it is free. You still owe a concert. I still owe a concert. Thanks so much, Greg. Appreciate it. Shauna says, I'm shocked you're all still alive. Going to be a long night. Your kiddo is sick. Oh, I'm so sorry. Edmonton downtown, huge trees, down power lines. I guess you weren't watching our live stream because we were talking about it. This is the same person who said there was no alerts. I don't know what you were. Obviously, you weren't watching our live stream. We were live as the storm started to head towards Edmonton. And we actually sent out a custom polygon to all those people who have our free app, and we said significant damaging winds moving through Edmonton. So you might want to download our free app. It's free. And if you actually want to get notified for storms like that. Manville getting some strong winds. Thank you, Samantha. A Dewick. I used to play hockey with a young man. His last name was Dewick. He played on Team Ontario, actually. I was his goalie. He was an amazing defenseman. Are you related to any hockey players? Very accurate weather app, if you ask me. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Did everyone go to bed? Not yet. Oh, we got a new radar update. Seeing some pretty strong winds heading up towards St. Vincent and Flat Lake, getting into the mid 80s. Still pretty gusty out there. We're gonna stick with this for a little bit, but most of the stuff is borderline sub-severe. 87 kilometers an hour. That's actually probably pretty darn near Lavoie. That's probably pretty darn gusty there. But it probably doesn't even look as strong if we look at it from the Edmonton radar, which it does not. So I'll just sing you the song because I don't have my capo right now, but storm has passed. The time is now to go to bed. You can do it somehow. Storm is gone, and maybe it's not too long until you rest your head, get some sleep, try to dream of something sweet. Ooh, you're gonna be alright. You're gonna sleep just fine tonight, tonight, tonight. Thanks so much, Ann. You're gonna sleep just fine. And then there's some guitar and yada, yada, yada. You know what I'll do? I don't have my capo. I have to get my capo. I could play you a different song. My voice is kind of shot because I literally just sang in a concert tonight, so my voice is a bit shot. And I was singing quite loud. What's going on northeast of St. Paul? It's getting noisy up here. I don't know. Excuse me. Thank you so much, everybody. Appreciate it. Adam's a rock star. This is a side gig. I made jokes in the past. Like I was like, I'm going to make a business card that says Rockstar Storm Chaser. We got your shelter in place alert. Thank you. You're very welcome. We basically just said significant damaging winds going through Edmonton. He's fingers crossed it's a tummy bug. Yeah. Got to get new strings for my guitar. Haven't played it since the house fire. Aw, sorry to hear about the house fire. Not even sure if it works or if the water destroyed the connections. You'd be surprised. Some guitars can take a beating and keep ticking. So you might want to dust that thing off and see if it still works. Excellent coverage. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Hi from Yorkton. We love following your live streams, even when the weather is far, far away. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. We love covering the Yorkton area. I mean, obviously, you probably don't love when we're covering your area, because that means your area is dealing with a lot of strong storms. All right. Have any of your band's music on Spotify? Yeah, my old band. It's called Atlantis Blueprint. If you want to watch my wife and I sing together, she is fantastic. She's such a good singer. You can check us out. It's Amanda and Adam Music on Facebook. We had a bunch of live streams though, but unfortunately Facebook deleted all these old live streams and we forgot to download them and they got deleted. So but I think there's like one video. There's like one video of her and I singing. You think you lost audio? If you lost audio, you might want to restart the stream. I think it's just you. Just you, Sawyer. And then Sawyer said, okay. Oh, just you, said Liliana. Let me see here. Do you want to hear a song before I go? I'm probably going to shut down the stream because, it's starting to taper off a bit here. So I think we're going to shut down the stream. But before I go, I could play you a tune if you'd like. Glendon, someone said, damaging winds. Whoa. Lightning is wild. Yeah, the trees are moving around pretty good there. Thank you, Mandy, for the report. Appreciate it. Now, was that the Mandy who said she sent me? Was that who I think it is? Was that Tinkerbell? Oh, you're in Glendon. So that was your video. Okay. Oh, thank you for the video. Appreciate it. Tinkerbell. Quick last question. The last I think so far with the Pro option, can I access it on my laptop? Or is that not considered a mobile device? It depends. So if you have access to Pro, then you have access to the website version of Pro. So you can use it on anything. So it really doesn't depend. I don't know why I said it depends. What I meant to say was if you have like a newer Mac, like an M series Mac, then I think you can actually just get the app working just on the computer. Obviously, it works on an iPad as well too. So iPad, on a Mac, on an iPhone, of course, Android devices, Android tablets, it works on fine. And then again, it's also a website. So if you subscribe to it through the app, you get access to the website. If you subscribe to it through our website, you get access to the app. So it goes both ways. Hope that helps answer your question. Lois says, what about Camrose? Nothing's really standing out to me here. There's obviously there's some strong storms out there. Why did I go to Chipman again? My bad. I meant to go to Camrose. What's going on for Camrose here? There's a tiny little baby storm there. You're fine. Go to bed. It's time to go to bed. I'll play you one song before I go if my voice can hold on. Funky Girl Carmi says, I appreciate the live so I can keep an eye on the storm. I'm in Lloydminster. Good to know. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. I can't game on a Mac. At least I wouldn't show my face if I did own one. I remember back in the day, like everyone who gamed on a PC would make fun of everybody on a Mac. I've got both. I've got like a gaming PC and I've got like a MacBook Air M5 chip, and it just flies. It's awesome. I don't use it for gaming. I use the PC for gaming. But for like everyday use stuff, the Mac flies. It is amazing. Yes, song, says Sawyer. Okay. All right, I'll play you one song. I got my guitar. I just don't have a capo, so I can't play Storm Has Passed unless I played it in a really low key. It'd be kind of silly. Okay, I got to turn a million things off so you can hear my guitar. One sec. I'll play you one song before I go. Ladies and gentlemen, you've made it to the end of the stream. And you know what that means? That means I'm going to play you a song. After I tune. Been a while since I played this guitar. It's out of tune. Uh-oh. There we go. I'm excited this winter too. When I get some time, I'm actually going to like record a proper album. Proper solo album. And then we'll have some music for the stream, right? Okay. Turning off air conditioning. Turning off air filter. Turning off noise canceling. Echo cancellation off. Background noise off. Stereo audio on. Get a little fancy here. Okay. Turning off this noise removal. Okay, I have no more noise removal. What song shall I play? Thanks for joining us on the stream, by the way. Everybody, appreciate it. I don't think I can sing that. Maybe I can sing Storm Has Passed, but really low. Here we go. Storm has passed. The time is... No, that's not how you do it. Hold on a second here. How do you do it? I normally do a capo de 4, so it's... Storm has passed. The time is now to go to... Okay, I can do it. I'll do it just low. I'll just do it low. You ready? This is the lowest version I've ever sang this. Here we go. But it's okay because my voice is shot. So... Started raining again in Edmonton. Storm is back in Edmonton. Nah. Oh, yeah, storm. Yeah, see, like I said, you could still get a bit more. Tiny little bit of hail in there. But like I said, nothing like we saw before. This one looks like a garden variety thunderstorm, so you're all right. Okay. I'll sing you a very low version of Storm Has Passed. Here we go. Do I have a pick? No pick. I got no pick. Fine, be that way. Storm has passed. The time is now to go to bed. You can do it somehow. Storm is gone, and maybe it's not too long till you rest your head, get some sleep, try to dream of something sweet. Ooh, you're gonna be alright. You're gonna sleep just fine tonight, tonight, tonight. It works. Thunder's gone, rain is coming down. If you look up to the sky, see things are clearing out. Everything is gonna be okay, even if it's not. All storms pass eventually. No, you have a lot. You got me, you got Mom, you got all the things that you've become. You got me, you got Mom, you got a loving home where you're from. You got me, you got Mom. So love your family, you only get one. You only get one. I kind of like this key better. Storm has passed. The time is now to go to bed. You can do it somehow. The storm is gone. Maybe it's not too long until you rest your head, get some sleep, try to dream of something sweet. Ooh, you're gonna be alright. Ooh, you're gonna sleep just fine tonight, 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 tonight. You're gonna sleep just fine. Tonight. You're gonna sleep just fine. Oh, you're gonna sleep just fine. Tonight, 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 tonight. I kind of like that better than the original. I made all of that up. That was all made on the spot. Like, obviously, I had the lyrics and kind of had the chords, but the melody was completely different. I think I like that better than the original. Might have to do that. Might be like version 2. Good bedtime song. Thank you so much, everybody. That's I don't know. I might have to do a little. It was, says Shauna. Wasn't that was different? There was some. I was like, it just seemed so easy. It just came so naturally. What the heck just happened? was the craziest. The original song does it kind of sounds like that, but it doesn't sound like that. I don't know what just happened. That was wild. Hope you're not dead, Adam. I appreciate what you do. No, I mean, I'm not. I think I'm still going. Wait a minute. Is this all a dream? No, this is definitely legit. It was good. I should have recorded it. I mean, you can just go back and watch it on the live stream. I'm going to go back and be like, you should try to do Canada's Got Talent. I did go to Canada's Got Talent years and years and years and years ago when it was like right beside the Sky Dome. What did I sing? I sang this. I don't need whole lots of money. I don't need a big fine car. I got everything that a man could want. I got more than I could ask for. I sang that, and they were like, yeah, whatever. They just sent me packing. So, what was the name of that song? It's called Storm Has Passed. So there's a version of it on our Instant Weather YouTube channel somewhere. Just search, like, if you go to YouTube, you search Instant Weather, Storm Has Passed. But it sounds a lot different than what just happened. I don't know where that just came so naturally. I might have to redo that song. Anyways, we'll figure it out. Edmonton, you have a storm again. But it looks super boring. There's a tiny little bit of hail in it. It's no big deal. You're all right. Edmonton's fine. Just listen to the rain and think, thank goodness this isn't as strong as the last one, because that last one was ridiculous. This storm heading up towards Bonnyville, though, I do not like the look of. Actually, there already is a storm in Bonnyville, but it's the storm southwest of Bonnyville near Hoslaw Sinking Lake. 97-kilometer-an-hour wind gusts on that one. I really hope that's not reaching the surface. It is possible, and it's getting closer to radar. Okay, that's it. That's it. It's a polygon. It's a Bonnyville time, and it's going towards Cold Lake. I know we got a ton of people in the comments being like, Cold Lake? What about Cold Lake, Adam? You're sitting there singing your little song. Strong winds going towards Cold Lake. I know. I'm sorry. I'm on it. I got you. It just got strong. It just got strong. All right. It's time for Bonnyville Cold Lake notification. Maybe I'll do something like that. Big, chunky notification. So this storm down here near Hoslaw. Hoslaw? Okay. 23 kilometers northeast of St. Paul near, I see, St. Paul traveling northeast of 65 kilometers an hour. If it maintains its speed and direction, it'll reach Bonnyville by 12:37, it says. I don't know if those times are right. I'm just going to say this is heading towards Bonnyville, Alberta. I don't know if those timings are right, so I'm gonna redact those. If you know what I'm saying. Grand Center. I don't even know where Grand Center is. Grand Center, Alberta, and Cold Lake, Alberta. And eventually that will track into parts of Saskatchewan, it looks like. Oh, I didn't mention what the risk is. Okay. Damaging wind risk. Yada, 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 blah, blah. Damaging wind gusts are possible, and radar is estimating 97-kilometer-an-hour wind gusts. That's not nothing. That's pretty strong. 97-kilometer-an-hour wind gusts that are increasing with each radar scan. All right. That is for Saskatchewan. This will eventually track into parts of Saskatchewan. Good. I don't know what parts. Whatever parts are there. Okay. Times are the same, of course, and that's a 12. It's just actually 12:17 now. Welcome to tomorrow. 12:17. We've been there for a while, but it's nice that you've joined us in tomorrow. It's like we're from the future. Okay, I'm gonna go orange on that one. 97's getting pretty strong though, but I'm gonna go orange for now. Damaging wind risk orange, and I will do it for 2 hours. 840 people. Impressive. I'm in Bonnyville. The rain is diagonal. Hose Law is basically in Bonnyville. Yeah, it's pretty close. Yeah. Almost there. The storm that passed through Sherwood Park took down a section of my fence. Sorry about that, Jeff. That sucks, dude. I mean, were you planning on replacing that fence anyways? And if not, then I'm sorry. Because if you were going to replace it, it just kind of like saved you a step. I'm always trying to look for the silver lining. There's not much silver lining there. Yeah, so the storm that's in Bonnyville right now is kind of strong, but the storm that's down here northeast of St. Paul, that one is really kicking it up a notch. It looked pretty gusty as it went through St. Paul, but it's actually getting stronger and stronger. You can see my polygon right here. There's my polygon. And just to clarify, where will it hit in Saskatchewan? It could hit maybe towards northern Pine, Primrose Lake eventually. But this is pretty much going straight towards Cold Lake here. Bonnyville and Cold Lake. What's with these Saturday evening storms? They just love us for some reason. They know everybody, like they're like, hey, listen, we got to keep you up on the weekend. You know, it's better than, depending on your schedule, probably better than doing it through the week, right? So people would be a lot more upset if it was on like oh my goodness. Are you looking at this photo, people? That car's completely crushed by this tree. Macaulay neighborhood just after it passed. I'm guessing that's Edmonton. That car is crushed by that tree. I hope everybody's all right. Holy Luke, that is bananas, dude. And then you see all the flooding down the street too, but the flooding's got nothing on that tree. Let's see here. Macaulay. I think Macaulay neighborhood. It's got to be Edmonton. Yeah, Edmonton. Macaulay, Edmonton. Let's see where that was exactly. In the north, yeah. Or central. Oh, that was, remember someone was talking, we actually talked about Chinatown, and someone said there was significant flooding. And obviously, oh my goodness, dude. Oh, sorry, Jessica. I left you up on the stream here. My bad. Oh my goodness. Last Saturday, the storm took the roof right off my parents' pole shed. I don't know of any kind of wind that could do that. I think it must have been a mini tornado. A downburst can do it. Really strong straight line winds can do it as well too. It is possible it could have been a little tornado spin up, but the Northern Tornadoes Project would have investigated if they had substantial damage reports from that. And sorry, where was that exactly? Can you send us a report of that? Do you have any photos of it? If you could send us a report of that, Jessica, that would be very helpful. And we can forward that to the Northern Tornadoes Project. So if you could actually email that to us. Yeah, if you could email that to us, I'll put it up here on the stream. Our email is, where did it go? There we go. It's help@instantweather.ca. If you could email us pictures of that damage, we'll forward it over to the Northern Tornadoes Project, and they'll take a peek into that. Hey, you're back. Ashley had to come back. Thunder back in Beaumont just hopped back on. Is there another storm a-brewing? Beaumont. Wait, are you in Edmonton? Is it? Or is it Beaumont its own place? I thought Beaumont was its own place. Oh, it is its own place. Yeah. Oh, I see. It's basically Edmonton. Okay. Extreme southeastern Edmonton. No, there's just that little storm there. It's nothing. It's nothing. You're good. There's maybe a tiny bit of hail up here near Bremner. Tiny bit of hail, but this storm's got nada on what we just saw. The only problem with this storm is if there's places that are still flooded, there's just some more heavy rain for those areas. You're good. I mean, there could still be some more pop-up storms that go through Edmonton, but I don't think it's going to have the juice like this thing does. This thing's got the juice up here towards Bonnyville. Bonnyville, I don't like what I'm seeing. 103 kilometers an hour on radar now. Hoslaw, Gurneyville, tracking up towards Bonnyville, and eventually up towards Cold Lake. And I know we've had a lot of people asking about Cold Lake. And yeah, that thing's kicking it up a notch. So we're going to watch this as it tracks into Saskatchewan. And then we're going to shut down the stream. Well, I said we're going to shut down the stream earlier, but kind of have a storm we got to watch here. Canada's Got Talent got canceled after last year. I thought it got canceled a long time ago. It stayed on till then. Interesting. I didn't know it stayed. I didn't know it stayed that long. Was Howie on it? Can we go back to the warnings that don't actually transpire? Yeah, those ones are way better. Oh my goodness. That was Edmonton. Look at this. Oh my goodness. That is bananas. Wow. That's crazy. Thank you, Trevor, for that. Appreciate it. Lloydminster going to get anything significant? I don't think so, but stranger things have happened. There are some strong storms down here, southeast of Vegreville, that are kind of tracking up towards Lloyd. So maybe. Maybe, maybe not. It's gonna be noisy. That's for sure. It's gonna be wet. It's gonna be noisy. It's gonna be windy. Is it going to be severe? And by severe, to clarify what severe means is trees are falling, roads are flooding, hail is damaging, like siding, trees, bushes, cars. Those are that's severe. That's where severe sits. So a lot of people think like, oh, there's a lot of lightning on the storm. It must be severe. Lightning doesn't come into the equation of severe. I mean, of course, lightning is severe. Lightning is always severe. But if every single electrical storm was warned as a severe storm, then that's just literally every storm. So yeah. So that doesn't actually classify it as severe. What classifies it as severe is, again, trees coming down, damaging hail, flooding, and then, of course, tornado development kind of thing. All the power's out in Bonnyville. That's not good. Red Deer's fine. What do you mean got the juice? I mean, it's got the juice. You know what I mean? It's like it's got the energy. It's got the juice. By juice, I mean energy. Like this one's got the juice. The Bonnyville storm, it's got the juice. The Edmonton storm right now, it ain't got no juice. What's going on for Boyle? I thought I looked at Boyle earlier. I just looked at Lac La Biche. Looking fine. Where's our Boyle? Some gusty winds there, but nothing crazy. Yeah, Boyle's fine. You're good. Gusty winds. Could be some more storms, but power outage from St. Michael earlier. Interesting. I don't see any power outages in the Bonnyville area. If you have our free app and you're in the Bonnyville area and you're having a power outage, then you can, if you can report that through our app, it will just pop up on the screen here. Oh, they brought it back. They brought back Canada's Got Talent, and then they canceled it again. I see. I understand. Because I thought it only lasted for like a few seasons. Am I going live on Sunday? Maybe. I have to see what happens with those storms. The storm environment's going to be pretty strong, but it depends on like where the storms are actually going to show up. Cold Lake looks bad. You ain't seen nothing yet. The storm is coming in. Looks like it's going to be bad. That storm in Bonnyville, it's got 91 kilometer an hour wind gusts. It did weaken a bit because remember it was up to, down here it was up to 103. So I was worried, like, is that going to keep going up? But it kind of went down a bit there. Lac La Biche, I just checked it out. You're fine. Oh, you know what I got to do is, first I got to turn on my noise canceling again so that I can turn on my air conditioning so you don't. Here's the question. I'm going to leave all my noise canceling off. Can you just let me know? Can you even hear this air conditioner? Probably. You can hear that. I'm going to live dangerously. I'm going 22 Celsius. Living dangerously. Is it loud? Can you hear it? Let me know. Can't be that loud. Can you let me know? Says Jericho. I don't know for sure if we're going live or not, but we'll see. The wind gusts for Vermilion. I just checked it out. It didn't seem like it was too bad. When you say got the juice, do you mean like we need to take shelter? Well, in Bonnyville, I mean there's 90. Radar's estimating 91 kilometer an hour wind gusts. So by take shelter, I don't know if it's like basement shelter, like if you have to get down, but when you have strong winds like that, you don't necessarily want to be on the upper levels of a house. You couldn't hear my guitar? I thought I had all my noise canceling off. Could you not hear my guitar? Noise removal's off. What? You couldn't hear my guitar? What? You can't hear it? No way. Ashley says, saw your post about Cold Lake and brought my dog inside. That seems like a good idea. Mine is at 17. You're living dangerously. 17 Celsius. How's everybody in the Sherwood Park area? It looked like it hit there. It hit pretty hard the last storm there. This current storm is nothing. It's got some rain. You're good. Current storm is zippity doodah. People are asking about Red Deer. Yeah, I mean, there's some storms around you, but there's nothing too much going on. Stettler looks pretty boring. Good. Sent over the photos in an email. Thank you so much, Jessica. You rock. I'll check them out right now. I want to check these out. Is your parents, what did you say it was called? A pole shed or something? Oh, Brennan, I see you submitted 900 disputes there. Once I finally record some acoustic music, you won't have to do that at all. It'll be sweet. Oh my goodness, that photo is crazy. From the Post Malone show? Whoa, the whole floor was flooded. My goodness. Okay, I see, Jessica. I see your stuff. Oh, yeah. Oh, wow. Jessica, the sticker you have on that car window is hilarious. And then the giant hail smashed out window to go along with it. It just, that kind of worked out. I mean, it didn't work out, but. Sorry, that was funny. And this was in Buffalo Lake. Okay. I'll send this off for sure. I'll send this off to the Northern Tornadoes Project. And it was from the storms of July 18th. Okay, thank you, Jessica. Appreciate it. The car has a sticker on it that says bleep. I won't say the word, and then box. Something you would refer to in a car. You refer to it as your bleep box. And so it's a sticker that says bleep box. And then there's a huge hail. There's a huge crushed windshield where there's obviously hail hit or something. I don't even know if it was hail. But anyways. I don't know if we have permission to share that post. But someone sent a photo of it and it looks rough. Anyways, Jessica, that sucks. But at least there's something funny in there. But yeah, that does suck. Bonnieville's weakening a bit. Bonnieville is weakening, which is good news. The Lessard storm still 91 kilometers an hour there. But the Bonnieville storm looks like it's weakening because it was getting real strong. But just from the data point of view, the winds are not as strong as they were before. I'm sure it's still wild in Bonnieville right now. But you can be like, okay, well, at least the data isn't saying it's ridiculous. That's Edmonton 102nd Street. Thank you for sharing with that tree down there. I can't believe that photo we saw before with the car just completely crushed by that huge tree. Ugh. Sawyer says poop box. Yeah, you're getting closer. Getting pretty closer. Wait, pretty closer? I mean, you're getting pretty close. Stetler getting pounded by heavy rain. Thank you, Zach. Appreciate it. Michelle says, I'm in Fort Sask and it was intense. Roads flooded. Winds were crazy. Are we preparing for round 2? Round 2. Let me see. Any more for Edmonton? It's possible. Bonnieville still could be borderline severe, but it is weaker than the previous frames. Cold Lake as well, too. We'll see what happens. Fort Sask, I mean, yeah, there's a little baby storm. There's just a little baby. And it's missing Fort Sask. So you're all right. Just a little tiny storm. And Strathcona looks absolutely boring. So you're good. Most of this looks pretty boring. I hope it will continue that way. What's going on for our friends in Lloydminster? Minster. It's almost like minister. Lloydminster. What is a minster? Anybody know the origin of that? Any more for Edmonton? Yeah, you might see some more pop-ups, but I don't think it's going to be anything too significant. Coming home from Ashland says coming home from K Days was insane. Hope those who were there got home safe. Same with the Posty concert. Yeah, it looked wild. It looked ridiculous. I'm glad you stayed safe. Prime Minister? Yeah, but it's Lloydminster. It's not minister. That's why I'm like, what is Minster? Is there something? Does anybody know what the history of the Minster is? Tori says, okay, as long as it's nothing like the storm we had tonight. That was intense. Yeah, it seems unlikely that Edmonton will see anything to that degree. In fact, all alerts have ended for Edmonton, from what I can tell. Yeah. Even the severe thunderstorm watch has ended for Edmonton. So, Edmonton's good. Go to bed. You're like, but I want to watch my phone and just doom scroll for half an hour and then fall asleep. Adam. And I'm like, listen, at least swipe down from the top right if you have an iPhone and click the button to go night mode so it's all kind of orangey. You don't want to let blue light beaming into your eyeballs before you go to sleep. That's a great way to not get a good night's sleep. All the time to my wife, I'm like, you got to turn your brightness down. She's like, I'm fine. I'm like, you're bright. I'm like, I have a sleep mask on and I can see this beams of light coming. I'm like, your phone is too bright. You're just burning your retinas out. Edmonton is flooded. Yeah, it looks rough. Cold Lake area. Yeah, I'm watching. Cold Lake looks like it's going to be pretty windy, but it's definitely weaker than it was. I quit melting your eyeballs, people. Whoa, speaking of melting your eyeballs, did you see that slow-mo video of the lightning? Look at this. Cindy sending in a wild slow-mo. Whoa, that looked, oh my goodness. That looked crazy. She says it looked like more like an explosion. That's what it looked like. Wow. Glad you're all right. It did. It looks like 240 frame slow-mo of lightning is actually pretty wild. Excuse me. What have I done to the map? What did I do? Oh, there we go. Let me reorientate it here. All right, we'll watch the storm go through Bonnyville and Cold Lake. Bonnyville, how you doing there? You okay? It looks like even on the next frame, it's even weaker now. Now radar's not even picking up anything into the 80s, so that's good. That's good news for Cold Lake. That's good news for Bonnyville. It's nuts, says Sin. Thank you so much. Crazy, says Joshua. Thank you. Ball of fire. It sure was. That was wild. One hell of a light show going on in Cold Lake. Can I check? I don't know how to pronounce that. Myrnam? Myrnam? I can. Let me just see here. What, did I yawn again? My bad. Oh, did you yawn when I yawned? It's contagious. Patricia yawned too. Or did she? Oh, maybe not. Good night, Patricia. Thank you so much for all your help. Everybody say good night to Patricia. What's the red on the map? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm looking at this is rain here. I'm looking at wind. So rain, wind, rain, wind. Rain, wind. And the red is just wind moving away from the radar, and the green is wind moving back towards the radar. Ridiculous strong winds south of Torrington, but nothing on radar. Myrnam. Oh, Myrnam. Let me Myrnam it up, and then I'll go take a look at Torrington. Myrnam. Myrnam. Okay, Myrnam. I see. I was so close to you already. You're fine. You're good. I mean, it's going to be gusty. That's about it. Some lightning, rain. No biggie. I'm really nothing is really catching my eye right now. The only thing catching my eye right now was Cold Lake, but it's not even looking that strong. So I think it's pretty much time. Oh, good night, Jericho. And what was the one? Torrington. Torrington, Alberta. So very windy down here, nothing on radar. Are you sure it's nothing on radar? Because if you go to Torrington, which I lost already, there we go. So if you have pro radar, then you'd be able to see velocity. And you'd be able to see in Torrington 85 km/h gusts. So yeah, it's going to be some strong winds overnight, folks. But yeah, nothing on radar for precipitation, 85 km/h wind gusts. So having velocity radar is quite useful. Quite useful. Rotation south of Bonnyville. I said I was going to leave 45 minutes ago. I know, Shauna. But you know how it goes. They just keep throwing more storms at me. Rotation. I don't see any rotation here. What'd you say? South of Bonnyville? How far south? I see squat. Zippity doodah. I see nothing. I do see some strong winds, though, that just showed up. 87 km/h. So this storm is not quitting just yet. Now, will those hit Cold Lake? I don't know. Sawyer says, me need free trial for pro. So we might have something coming. So, you know, in like a video game, they're like, do you want some rubies? That's just some example from like something like my mother-in-law will play. She's like, oh, I got to get more rubies. Well, some video games will say, you know what? If you sit through some full screen ads, then you can have the rubies, right? So this seems to only be a video game thing, but it turns out anybody can use what's called rewarded ads. So if you're like, okay, I'll sit through these 3 short full screen video ads, then they give us like a few pennies. But if we add that up, we might be able to do something like 15 minutes of pro for free, or 30 minutes of pro for free, or maybe. I mean, you know, I think we might be able to do that. I don't know if we're going to have to maybe like limit how many times somebody can do the rewarded thing in a day or something. I don't know. But we might be able to pull that off. That'd be pretty cool. And then basically like anybody could use it for free. That would be awesome. Cover our expenses to having to develop it and host it and continue to improve it all the time. But it'd be sweet if we could like allow it. Don't make the ads too long. I mean, so they only have like this thing. They have like rewarded ads. We can't choose how long it is. It's like 3 15-second ads or something. I don't know, something like that. Does the app give you big warnings like loud ones in case you're ever sleeping or something? Oh, you mean like, does it have like the critical bypass thing? So we do have a plan to add that eventually for like tornado warnings, tsunami warnings, like red level severe thunderstorm warnings. So we do have a plan to eventually add that, and that is something we can add to the app where we can do like critical bypass for something absolutely significant. What the heck? Travis says, listen to me. You guys need to get underground. Underground for what? What are you talking about, Travis? Just east of Bonnyville. Yeah, I'm watching it. Right, this right here. The 87 km/h wind gust right here. I'm watching it. You don't think you get underground for 87 km/h? You need to probably be inside. West Edmonton got hit the hardest. Yeah, that was nuts, Dan. I hope everybody's okay. Now, Edmonton had wind gusts of 111 km/h, and the highest weather station we saw in North Edmonton had St. Albert area. It was like 116 kilometer an hour registered on a weather station. Travis, can you clarify what you're talking about? Tell your followers to get underground. For which? Travis, are you trolling? You've been following it for a while now. You mean on radar? You've been following it on radar for a while? Stopped at the store for a snack. All right, Travis, you're done. Goodbye. Yeah, I think I'm getting trolled. Is he physically following it? Stopped at the store for a snack. That's enough. You're done. But yeah, this is strong. Like east of Bonnyville. Like that could increase in strength on the next frame. We're gonna watch it. We're just gonna watch these storms as they head towards Cold Lake, and I think we're gonna go have a little sleepy sleep. To clarify, it's only what 12:41. Oh no, it's 12:48 right now in in Alberta, not Edmonton. I mean, in Edmonton it is 12:48, but I mean in all of Alberta it's 12:48. Now, where I am, it's 2:48. And Kitscoty? I don't... Nowhere on radar right now is screaming basement to me. Katie, for one. Let's see here. Kitscoty. Nothing is screaming basement to me. It's just pretty strong winds out there. Kitscoty seems fine. You seem good. All right. It's going to be pretty windy. A lot of places are going to be windy, even places that don't even have any storms. Someone said down here the winds are crazy, and you can see it on velocity data out there. The winds are crazy. It's very, very windy. But I don't think it's basement windy. Seems like you need to sleep more than all of us. Maybe. That's okay. I live 30 minutes from Bonnyville. It was loud but short. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Is there a tornado risk anywhere? I am becoming less and less concerned about the tornado risk as we go further and further into the evening. Cold Lake's going to get pretty darn windy here. We just got a radar update on the Bonnyville storm, and we're still sub-severe based on radar here. 83 kilometers an hour. Now, mind you, when we had 111 kilometer an hour wind gusts going through Edmonton, in St. Albert, on the north side of Edmonton, 116 kilometer an hour got registered. So potentially the winds at the surface are even stronger than what radar is showing, which is not usually the case. Usually, like, if radar's got like 120, you might get like 105 at the surface. You might get 110. But when we have radar hitting 111 and you get 116 at the surface, that is pretty impressive. Tinkerbell says, Pro is worth it. Thank you so much, Tinkerbell. Appreciate it. Thank you to everybody who has subscribed to Instant Weather Pro. We appreciate your support, and I really appreciate the fact that that you're getting into, like, tracking full raw resolution radar. It's a cool thing. I love the fact that a lot of people are, like, interested in that and getting into it. I think it's cool. Just rolling into Cold Lake. Thank you so much, Brenda. Yeah, Bonnyville should be getting better. Cold Lake, going to be grumpy, but I don't think it's going to be too bad. Yeah. All right. I think we're pretty much toast. It's like 3 in the morning where we are. Yeah, we're gonna do a whole tutorial series on for Pro, so we're gonna make that. We're on that. We're gonna do that for sure. We'll make it actually the new version of the app. There's a tutorial. There's like a little tutorial. What up? Says Harmon. Yeah, we're just about to shut it down. Actually. Just seen lightning west of Flat Lake. Thank you, Kaylee. Shook the ground. Oh boy. Hopefully, all right. Yeah, right, says Shauna when I said we're going to shut down the stream. I'm telling you. You're very welcome. Glad we could help. Oh, I totally missed a whole bunch of super chats. My bad, people. Life is a highway. Ramping up out there by Lindbrook, Toefield area. Thank you so much for the super chat. Stephanie Powerful said, do you think St. Paul will get hit? We are in line, I think. Sorry. We are in line, yeah. Yeah, St. Paul obviously did get it. And it's pretty probably windy there, I would assume. Hopefully nothing too significant. Thank you, Steffi. The West End had pretty severe flooding. Main roads by West Edmonton and White Mud, including neighborhoods, are completely flooded. Oof. Thank you, Boeing 737 MAX 4. Very specific. Very, very specific. Thank you again, Danica, for the super chat. Appreciate it. From Lac Le Biche. And Chris said you're the GOAT. Thanks, Chris. We already talked about this from Becky, and still heading Saskatchewan way. We already talked about that one. Thank you so much, everybody. Again, Julie, thank you for becoming a new member. Thank you, everybody else who sent in super chats. Go to bed, Adam. I think everything will be fine. I think so. You're still alive. Yeah, that's right, Dylan. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We appreciate it. If you can hit the like button on the stream, helps the algorithm, like share it to more people and stuff. So thank you, thank you, thank you. 4 a.m. comes and he's still tracking. Yeah. Well, it's 3. It's a bedtime. It's a poly bedtime. I'm in Bonnyville right now. My house just rattled from the wind. Yeah, it's strong wind. Hopefully nothing too significant. St. Paul looks like it's pretty darn gusty. Let's see. It's finally going into Cold Lake. It's going to be windy. But hopefully not too significant. I'm going to leave that polygon up at the damaging wind risk as it tracks through Cold Lake. Could be some strong winds elsewhere. Hopefully nothing too significant. Again, download our free app. You can get it. It is free. My favorite price. It is $0 and 0 cents. So that's a reasonable. I think that's a reasonable deal. Free. Get it free. It is called Instant Weather. You can get it for free on the App Store. Can we watch you while you sleep? Dan, it's half funny, half creepy. It's a poly bedtime. I've been trying to sleep for an hour. That's right. The Cold Lake one is... both of them are getting pretty strong. Both of them are weakening. What's the app for? It is free and it's great. It's got awesome radar. It's got 15-day forecast, 15-day hourly. It's pretty cool. It's actually a great app. Dan says, so we know you're safe, obviously.
Joshua says, heck yeah, I love the free app. Thanks so much. Appreciate it. Brennan just sits around until he has an opportunity to send a... He's just like, when's there an opportunity to send a funny meme? I think that was another troll. The app is I think Tinkerbell meant the app is worth it. I hope that's what you meant. I keep calling you. Oh, it is Tinkerbell. You spelled it B3II or B311. Oh, okay. All right. You can't rate the app 5 stars because I'm on iOS 27? What? What do you mean? That's weird. It says you can't rate it because you're on iOS 27? What? Doesn't make any sense. Just go to the settings, go to the very bottom, and it says rate instant weather, and then you can click on that, and it should be able to rate it. All right. I think I'm toast. Couple more swipes. All right, just a couple more swipes. Swipey, 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 swipey. They've extended the severe thunderstorm warning into Saskatchewan now. Yeah, but I think we're all right. But nonetheless, severe thunderstorm warning. Obviously, you should pay attention to it. Could still see some pretty strong winds in there. We'll see. Dominic says, unforgettable experience tonight at the stadium. Yeah, we saw your video, I believe, Dominic, and I think that was your video you sent, right? Because it's a developer beta. It's a developer beta. Are you in the beta test, maybe? It was my vid. I thought so. Yeah, that looked wild, dude. Glad you got out of there safe. Dylan says, did I see your review? No, I didn't, but link me it. Didn't realize bro was still alive. Yeah, I'm still alive. And I'm not. So we're gonna with the radar on the side. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah. Thanks, appreciate that. Sweet. All right, folks. I'm toast. Brendan's toast. Oh, if you're on a beta version of iOS, then you can't rate the app? Oh, okay, that's weird. So if you want to rate the app, delete the beta version, go to the actual app store, download the actual version, then rate it, then delete that version, then go back to the beta if you want to stay on the beta. So it's all good. When is pics and videos coming to the app? It's coming. Dominic says no concert was canceled. What? I thought they evacuated. You sure? No concerts. Tree debris was everywhere. All right. I'm done. Brennan, thanks for your help, bud. Appreciate it. If you're nowhere close to a microphone, then it's all good. But good night, man. Oh wait, my mic. I had my volume all the way down, but I don't think you said anything. He said you're welcome. Good night. Brennan said you're welcome. Good night. Everybody say good night to Brennan. Thank to everybody on the team. Thank you so much for your help, everybody. Appreciate it. And walked home from canceled Posty. So it was canceled. I thought you said it wasn't canceled. What landed in Edmonton? It was a rough storm. Night, everybody. We're toast. It's 3 a.m. here. 3:01:27 here. It is 1:01:33 in Edmonton. That's pretty late. Go to bed. Nighty night. Download a free app. If any more alerts get issued for your area, you will get them instantly. That's why it's called instant weather. We like to get you the information instantly. We don't like to wait. Every decision we make when we develop the app is like, can we make it faster? Like, oh, it's more expensive to make it faster, but will it be faster? Faster's good. We like faster. So, anyways, Leduc got hail too? Yeah, I think so for sure. All right, folks. I'm not going to play our little outro video. I'm just going to put this image on the screen. That's it. Thank you so much, everybody. Have yourself a wonderful night. I hope everybody stayed safe. That was crazy. We'll talk to you all soon. Bye-bye.